Am I the only one that has the bladder the size of a camel?
You bet your nutters on that.
I know, like I'm waiting for you. No, I'm waiting for you to like look alive.
Yeah, I prefer to make a shit beach.
That's all it is. And then like KY, like, you know, like, what the hell, man?
Hey, I'm Marcus.
I'm Atrax.
And I'm Nick.
We are working class nerds.
Cue the intro. That's right, we are Working Class Nerds, the podcast that gives you no information about your favorite information.
Today is Thursday, February 9th, 2023, and you can find this 187, because I'm going to knock these motherfuckers down podcast on Apple Podcasts, Buzzsprout, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, and anywhere you can find a podcast in the galaxy far, far away.
You can also find every single Working Class Nerds episode on YouTube. Just search for the Working Class Nerds podcast or go to youtube.com/MarcusB814. Click on playlist, click on Working Class Nerds, and boom! Every episode past and present right at your fingertips.
You can watch me completely dominate at all video games Tuesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays at twitch.tv/MarcusB814.
And you can watch me play video games every single Monday night, and it'll be a new game next week at twitch.tv/NickVern51.
And you can find us all on all of the social medias. I'm at MarcusB814.
I am Atrax_A.
And I'm at Nick Vern. That's NICKVR. In this week's episode, we have not one, but two guests this week. The first one is a brand new guest to the show, an N64 and GameCube fanatic, tabletop gaming titan. He is Rabes, everybody. And our second guest has been on the show many times before, a long time friend of the show. It's the pineapple Pokemon Prince himself. It's Kymeri.
Wow,
Let's go!
Welcome to the show, both of you. And what have you been up to?
Is that you telling me to go?
Yes.
Kymeri, is that you
Wait,
telling me?
wait,
Yeah,
can
I'm
we
the
just
veteran here.
can we just not?
You're the veteran, dude. I was doing a podcast with Zabraxi for like 3 years, my guy.
So like, but can we just circle back to the pineapple Pokemon Prince? Okay,
Yes.
that was so well done, Nick. That's gonna stick.
Oh
And
my
that's
God,
the
I hate it
triple
here.
P. So
Yeah.
from now on, in any of Kymeri's streams, you just need to type in triple P
Triple
in the
P.
chat. Triple P, and that stands for the pineapple Pokemon Prince.
Hell, I'll make it a command if that makes it better for you.
I wonder what that sounds like
Perfect.
in TTS.
Oh,
I would also just like to point out, I have never had a better intro in my life than what just got said.
Hell yeah. It took me a second to like think and type it out, but I always like to hype up our guests, you know? If you're coming on the show, you deserve a cool intro.
it does.
But-
It does really help that when Nick does that, instantly everybody's energy goes to 11.
Exactly. That's why I gotta bring it, you know?
I do
Except-
respect it.
I think there was one time where it didn't matter what happened. I was still just dead to the world. I don't
Yeah,
remember who was
yeah.
on the show.
I don't either. I told you to suck less like 4 times.
Yeah, I couldn't pull through.
I get
But
it.
anyways, so Rabe, seeing that you're the first time guest, long time, first time listener, what have you been doing?
Not a whole heck of a lot. I mean, there hasn't been a whole heck of a lot of games that have been coming out recently that I've been super into at the moment. But I've been getting the Destiny grind on, getting ready for Lightfall,
Yes.
as I so tend to do for the most part, because I get home from work and I'm just dead to the world. But, yeah, man, I haven't been doing too much. Just getting ready for Lightfall mostly.
What about you, Mr. Kai Guy?
Well, this past weekend, I competed in a huge tournament for Pokemon. It was awesome. Had a good time. Good time seeing everybody again. All my OG homies. You know, it's kind of cool bringing my new life of streaming and the content into like what my old life was, and kind of fusing them together has been really fun. Other than that, really nothing else currently. I did see the Nintendo Direct, which got me really hyped for certain things, and I know that's probably a discussion for later, but that is that got me really hyped too.
Well,
Hell yeah.
I'm okay with talking about that right now because I saw the Tears of the Kingdom
Trailer.
and I was pretty excited for it until today when I found out that all new Nintendo first-party games are going to be $70. And I was like, and I'm like, okay, so like PlayStation 5 games and Xbox Series X games are $70. I'm cool with that. That's next gen. The Switch's internals are a 2007 Android phone. And we all know Android sucks because you get green text messages. So
That's
like
fair.
it's time to like it's time for a new Switch or a new console. I think that's just being greedy on Nintendo's part.
Well, I think that's what they're doing, though, because, like, honestly, they're releasing the GBA and the Game Boy stuff, and I don't think you would go away from, like, the Switch platform entirely. I think it's going to be, like, a Switch 2 with updated, it has to be. There has to be something there coming out soon because, like, honestly, we've only gotten the OLED upgrade, and that's not really a really big jump besides, like, battery life and, like, the screen being a little brighter. So it's definitely got to happen, especially if Nintendo kind of wants to keep pace with all the other companies right now, especially in the next gen.
I just have a hard time. I don't know. I've had this discussion many times with friends before, and I actually have a buddy, mutual friend of me and Kymeri, Zabraxi, our buddy Chaz, who has very in-depth conversations. Is like most of us, likes video games entirely too much, and we
There's
tend
no
to get
such
on.
thing.
But there is one person I know on this planet that loves video games more than any other human being alive that I personally know, and he's here right underneath me.
Yeah.
Like, I have never in my life ever met somebody that loved, like, I love video games, but Atrax loves video games. Like, that dude,
100%.
like, dude, he would suck a golf ball through a garden hose just to play video games for 10 minutes, for sure.
I'm into it.
100%.
An hour. Come on.
He's like, my rate is higher than that. I'm a high class
10 minutes.
golf ball sucker.
But,
That's great.
all right. But, so, I had a theory. I don't remember how long ago it was. It was when they were coming out with the Switch OLED. And I'm sure Nick and Atrax will remember, or Nick will. I said they're coming out with the Switch OLED because they don't have the new chips ready. I think that Nintendo was intending for Tears of the Kingdom to come out with the new Switch, but they didn't have the chips for it. So they had to make it, and they had all these OLED screens, and they're like, well, sit on the OLED screens for 5 years or just release an OLED version of the Switch. But at the end of the day, man, you're playing a game at 720p, 30 frames. Now, I'm a graphical whore. Like, that shit sucks.
You can say
Like,
that again. No, the horror part, not the sucks part.
Well, that's when we're talking about horror, that's you. But when we're talking about the graphical horror, we're talking about me.
All right, I'll accept these charges.
Okay. So,
I don't know what you mean.
But again, so I'm going to circle back. Do you guys think Nintendo charging $70 for a game that is not even next gen? Like, why are you charging $70? Just because you can and you're Nintendo?
No,
Well, I mean,
there is not a chance in hell. I'll even go as far as to say there's nothing on the Switch I feel comfortable paying $60 for the most part. I have talked with Kymeri quite a bit about this, especially when Pokemon Scarlet and Violet came out. The Switch is unfortunately, and Nintendo as a whole is just unfortunately in a spot where the business model of fun over performance isn't working anymore for no other reason other than we've lapped so far into where technology goes into these consoles, and as far as PC parts are concerned as a whole, that the Switch as a novelty console being able to be portable and played at home has no excuse to run as poorly as it does. And Nintendo just does because they know people will buy it.
I will say, though, my OLED, I got an OLED Switch for Christmas.
course,
Congrats, that's
And-
cool.
Yeah, the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet one. You guys can see it if you guys want, like right here. So
Ooh,
yeah, I
nice.
actually got to use this at Orlando, which was super hype. And
What color are the Joy-Cons?
Orange and purple.
Ooh, yeah,
yeah,
very
they're pretty.
nice.
They're pretty cool. Yeah,
Is that
so
like a burnt orange or is it just?
it's
I
like
think
a
it's
orange.
supposed
It's like
to
the
be
Scarlet orange.
and Violet.
All right.
Yeah, it is.
Nice.
It
That's
is.
nice. That thing's
It
nice.
is. Yeah, it's super nice. And I will say there is a performance difference. I had an original OG Switch, and definitely doesn't get as loud. It doesn't get as hot. It definitely, the battery lasts a lot longer. Even when it's docked, it plays decently a little bit better, but it's definitely not at the level where it needs to be. And I think that's the big problem is like when the games are coming out for $60, you're expecting them to be kind of like polished. And a lot of even the developers are like, they're not as polished as like they could be. And also the console may have a limitation or does have a limitation to it, I should say.
Yeah.
When it comes to, performance over, in the hardware. So,
And their games never depreciate in value. Splatoon 2, Splatoon 3, same price. They came
Right.
out like years apart. I'd understand if it was like $10 less because, Nintendo being Nintendo, but if games are now coming out going to be $70 and they're never going to go down in price either, that's a big oof for Nintendo gamers.
Agreed.
Straight up.
if anything, the price goes up because they become collector items.
Well,
Right.
so that's the other side of it. The thing that is interesting that you say, Kai Guy, is that the OLED has the exact same parts. There are 0 components of the system that are different than the regular Switch. The only thing that's different is it has a 50% bigger battery. That's it. Now, maybe because the Switch OLED is bigger, so maybe there's more breathing room for all the parts, and maybe it runs a little smoother, but it's exactly the same. There's no upgraded parts to that system.
Yeah, the
Right.
screen's also brighter too, though. That's the only other part.
Yeah, it's an OLED.
Yeah, and it's super nice. Like I said, yeah, maybe it's my mind deceiving me. I'd have to do a better test with it, but it's hard to tell when is it the system hardware or is it the game performance? That's the issue too. Is do you know whether it's the game or not, or
I think it's unfortunately just a combination of both.
yeah.
I don't think Nintendo, which is mind-boggling for me to even think that Nintendo, I'm going to put this in very heavy quotations, doesn't have the money to invest in the infrastructure as far as making a console that can compete with the PS5 and the Series X, purely on a hardware level. Because, I don't care too much about the PS5 and the Series X, because I mostly play on my PC anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're going to compare apples to apples, Nintendo's clearly at a deficit, and the deficit's only getting wider.
Well, the
Right.
one thing that Nintendo has, I would say pretty much the entire market share of, as far as I'm aware, is the portable console.
Yeah.
Which, if you can't afford a laptop, right, a gaming laptop, then a Switch is the way to go. I can't think of any, in the past, it used to be you had, the PSP, which would kind of rival it, but, rival the DS. But now, I don't know of any, I guess now the Steam Deck is coming in swinging with the portable gaming. But
So
in
the
order to build a console to compete with a PS5 or an Xbox that is also portable, I don't know. That'd be tough to make cheap anyway.
Yeah.
So the Switch OLED is $350. You can get one for $315, right? So price point wise, a PlayStation 5 is $500. An Xbox Series X is $500. You could buy the Series S, which is all digital. That's what. Oh, it's not there. It's upstairs. We've been playing Sonic in my house.
How are you liking it, by the way, really randomly?
My kid can beat level 1 by himself, and
That's
he's so
impressive.
close to beating level 2. And he asks me for help, and I tell him no. Figure it
God
out.
bless him.
And
God
then
bless
he
him.
gets he goes,
Yep.
Daddy, game over again. I said, we fall down 8, get up 9. Let's go. So,
That's
and I won't help him. And Nick came over the house, and he was so proud to show him that he can beat a level by himself.
Hell yeah. He was glowing. He was like, Nick, let's play Sonic. I'm like, okay. He's got Marcus's intensity. I'm like, okay, we're playing Sonic, but like in little, it's like Boo versus Kid Boo. You know what I mean? From Dragon.
Yes, Dragon Ball. Yes.
But
I don't know if you can see the Majin Vegeta up here.
Oh yeah, I have a Funko Pops up here. But I'll talk about Dragon Ball stuff after. Otherwise, we'll go down a whole rabbit hole. But no, he was like, sit down. We're playing Sonic. I'm like, okay. And he's like jumping over everything, skipping all kinds of levels, all sections of the course or whatever. And then he just like myrtleates everything. I was like, what? And then he gets to the end. But yeah, there's one spiky section in he doesn't have like perfect in level 2, yeah. But like perfect control of where he lands, so if he has to be a little bit more precise, that's where he has a little bit of trouble. But yeah, mostly he's just like running through the whole course. It was cool.
4 years old. Let's go, Ryan.
I know. Good job, buddy.
What a legend.
I was terrible at video games when I was little. Until I was like 17, and then I started figuring it out.
Took you that long? Jeez.
I was not good at video games for a very long time. Well, like I'm still terrible at platformers. So like that whole genre I was bad at. I was better at shooters. Not 17, maybe like 14 or 15 or something. When I started playing Call of Duty, then I was like actually good at video games.
I'm terrible at video games.
Yeah, because you only play one.
That's not actually true. So, wait. Before I ask Atrax how his week's been,
yep.
Just so everybody knows,
yeah,
it is fucking bullshit that they carried me in Call of Duty, okay? Just for the record, I did my job. Half the time, I wasn't the one dead. You motherfuckers were dead.
We can review the tape.
Oh, yeah, I have. I've reviewed. Okay? Your code giving was terrible, and
the VOD doesn't lie. Okay.
Well, I've watched the VOD. All right. Anyways, Atrax, what have you been up to?
Editing the correct side of the VOD for the raid, which will show the right POV of what happened.
Oh yeah, wait, you're gonna be able to see the whole VOD from our multiple points of view. I forgot.
You can, and not Marcus's because he didn't record it like I begged him to.
About 7
Wait,
times.
I was supposed to record it?
Yes, we told you like 8 times to record.
Look at Atrax about to fucking blow a gasket. Look at him.
Remember at the end of the last episode, Nick, when it was like, oh, Marcus can't spell. Well, I got another topic we can go over.
Yeah, Marcus
Times
can't
I begged
follow
Marcus
fucking
for
directions.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know
you
I was
did.
supposed
You didn't
to.
know.
No, I didn't.
100%.
I just said I wasn't streaming.
Fight.
Suck less.
Anyways, moving on. Let's go.
So, I mentioned last week that Rhythm Sprout was released, and so I've been playing that a ton this week, and I recorded my playthrough. It is so much fun. There is bonus levels. There's unlockable prequel levels to the story. The writing in the game, like the actual story, is super cheesy, and that kind of bad writing where it's so bad it's kind of funny because, just the most random thing will happen. The way that the king gets in contact with you is through phone booth, and so the phone booths just appear out of the most ridiculous places and out of nowhere.
Well, that's fun.
It's a riot. Highly recommend you
just
go
be
check
like
it
out
out.
of the toilet comes a phone booth.
Yeah, I just pictured like a phone booth coming out of the sky, just dropping down, right, buddy? It's like a rocket.
No, it'll be like your character is walking through the forest or something, and then all of a sudden it just pans to the left, and boom, there's a phone booth there, and then it starts ringing. Or your character will just fall out of the sky and land right in front of a phone booth. Oh, okay,
Nice.
yeah, great.
Convenient.
Perfect. Yeah, how wonderful. So that kind of like terrible story writing, which makes it funny and quirky for a game that's really just kind of a rhythm game. So if you like rhythm games, I highly recommend you check it out. Even at full price, I think it's $15. So not a very large investment.
Sweet.
And another game that released this week that I've been super excited for that I haven't been able to play because I'm waiting for the weekend when I can really play a lot of it is Hot Wheels Unleashed is finally on Game Pass.
Yes.
And
Dude,
it's the
so
Game
good.
of the Year edition with like everything.
It's so good.
I can't wait to play it.
It's
I'm,
so
I'm
good.
really excited.
It's
It's already downloaded.
It's
That's
so
not
good.
what I thought you were gonna say.
It's so good. It's fun as shit. Like, we were all kids at some time, and we all had Hot Wheels. And
Yep.
I guarantee one of those cars that you're going to get is going to remind you of being a little kid. Mine was always like the futuristic ones that like had no wheel wells.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was like a Formula One car, but it wasn't. And there
Right,
are so
yeah.
many of them. And then you can just drive on the tracks, and you're like living your little kid dream.
Yep.
So
That's the
yeah.
best.
I had
Kymeri will get this one unless you shopped at Kmart. Then you got Matchbox instead of Hot Wheels.
Oh.
wrecked.
Bro, why are you talking shit about Kmart?
Because we worked there.
Oh, got it. And they
That's
didn't.
where we met, actually. Oh my god. That was
Let's
so good.
go.
Yeah, Hot
Yeah.
Wheels are better, man. Come on.
Straight up.
100%.
Dude,
Well,
aren't they
and
the same thing?
No.
Two different
It's like
companies.
saying Lego and Duplo blocks are the same.
yeah, like
They're
come
owned
on.
by the same company.
No. How about like
Wah, wah,
what was the
wah.
other one with an R? It was like not Roblox. It was like Mega Blocks or something.
I like Lincoln
Mega
Mega
Logs.
blocks.
Yeah,
I love
Lincoln
Lincoln
Logs?
Logs.
it was
Yeah,
knockoff
Lincoln Logs
Lego.
are good.
Knockoff Legos are not the same.
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
But yeah, actually, quick sidebar on Hot Wheels Unleashed. There was a game a long time ago on Windows 97 called Hot Wheels Stunt Track Driver. And that
Okay.
game was so much fun. I played that a lot during my childhood. And so now I'm super excited for Hot Wheels Unleashed because I'm hoping that it'll bring back like a little bit of that nostalgia vibe to it. Because
Totally.
as you beat time tracks on that Stunt Track Driver game, then you unlocked new cars like in your little collection and new tracks and stuff like that. So it's
Fun fact, they came out with a Hot Wheels PC during that time as well. For that.
What?
Really?
How
Yeah.
do you remember
Yeah, was it
that?
a Gateway 2000?
Because I saw Linus Tech Tips make a 90s Hot Wheels PC into a modern gaming rig. And basically, I was
enough.
like, wait, that existed? And then I looked and I'm like, there it is. And it's got like the Hot Wheels decals on the side. It's pretty wild.
That's cool.
That is awesome.
I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I wonder if you could still play that old Stunt Track Driver game. Probably not.
You probably can, but there's probably an emulator somewhere.
Right.
I'm sure it
Ah,
exists
yeah, that's
somewhere.
true.
Oh, I found
True.
it. Yeah, the PC's all like yellow with blue. That's cool.
Yep. Yeah.
The
That's what made me think of that.
the giant tube monitor.
Yeah.
Every time I think
Yeah.
of yellow, I think of a nice pineapple.
Oof.
You have to
Yeah,
go
me
there,
too.
man. You have to go there. Come
Hey
on,
man,
bro.
those big old CRT monitors were great for rating because there was zero latency.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Dude, in training, that's what I had. It was like a 1985 CRT monitor, and I was like, can I just go home? This computer's from like 1981. There's not even
Computer's as old
Windows;
as
it's
me.
MS DOS.
Oh my goodness.
I think they're like Windows XP or something.
Dude, I remember my
Yeah.
Packard Bell in the Gateway 2000
Nice.
I don't.
with my Intel Pentium 2.
Oof.
I think my
Dude,
beer
that
is
was
frozen.
the shit back in the day.
My parents' first computer
I had like
caught on fire,
225 megabytes of RAM.
Dude, damn. What are you gonna do with all that RAM?
Exactly.
225. Did it
Nothing.
run
No.
off floppy disks?
Yep.
Yup. Yeah. I
Oh my
remember
gosh.
I bought Half-Life and my computer wouldn't play it.
Oh, that's depressing.
Oh.
Well, I don't know. Half-Life
Rip.
1, in hindsight.
Dude, it's one of the greatest games of all time.
Yeah, Half-Life 2.
All of it.
It's all you got to start somewhere. I mean, Mass Effect 1 wasn't a home run, but
Although,
it makes the best of the rest of it helps. You know what I mean?
The-
It sets everything up.
the Legendary Edition, Mass Effect 1 is fucking awesome.
Yeah, I have not played that.
Yeah.
That was
I
on
need
my
to
list
download
of things to try.
Yeah, I'm
That's
going to
on
play
Game
that.
Pass as well.
Yeah, I'm going to play that.
Lots of
Betty
good games on
good.
Game Pass.
Multi pass.
Yeah,
I believe
it's
it's- One of our community members, Rigor Morty's playing it based off of our recommendation. So that's shout out to Rigor Morty.
Hell yeah! Shout out to Rigor Morty.
Well,
Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to ask Atrax, is there anything on sale that I need to buy that I won't
Yes.
play?
There, I am so glad you asked, Marcus. I am going to try my best to from now on, keep my eye open and inform the nerds community of a ton of game sales going on from all platforms, really. So I'll start with my least favorite platform, PlayStation. The Critics' Choice sale until February 15th. All sorts of amazing games for PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and other platforms. Maybe PlayStation 3. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But some of the highlights for me were Horizon Forbidden West, Need for Speed Unbound, the Palace Edition, and Gran Turismo 7. All amazing games. I think Gran Turismo 7 was like $30. Same with Horizon. Need for Speed was on sale for 50% off, and highly recommend Need for Speed Unbound, by the way. That game is super, super fun. I played a ton of that.
How much is Forbidden West?
30?
That's a good question.
Wow.
See, 30
Just
or
wait,
40,
Nick.
I thought.
Just wait.
Yeah,
It's
well,
going to
'cause
come
I-
out on the PC,
Hold,
and
please.
it'll be so much better.
Yeah, because at this point, I'm definitely gonna play God of War on my own time. Well, maybe not. Either on my own. Either I'm playing the next two RPGs I'm playing are God of War and Hogwarts Legacy, but we'll get to that later.
Gryffindor.
Okay,
Yeah.
Standard Edition for PS5 is $40, or the Digital Deluxe Edition is $50, which comes with all the
Ooh, tastes
cool
like
extra.
It comes
Awesomeness.
with cheese.
It comes with extras.
More stuff.
More
special-
things.
It comes with a special sauce.
Yes, it comes with the satisfaction of knowing that you gave Sony $10 more.
It comes with
Or
the satisfaction of
whoever
knowing
makes the
every
money.
fast food restaurant's secret sauce is Thousand Island dressing.
Hey, there you go.
That's not my secret sauce.
Yes. Yes.
Now mine's a little saltier than Thousand Island, but
Oh, mine's really sweet.
it
It's
depends
like
on how much
pineapple juice.
I was gonna say it depends how much pineapple I've had.
Dude, lots of
God,
pineapple.
I was literally just about to ask him.
I'm glad that we're on this subject when talking about PlayStation.
Yes. All right.
All right,
What else is
moving
on
on.
sale?
Xbox Anime Month sale. You got all sorts of really great anime titles. Attack on Titan 1 and 2, Devil May Cry 5, and previous Naruto games. We mentioned earlier Dragon Ball Z. We got Dragon Ball Z fans in here.
Oh
Ton
yes.
Of Dragon Ball Z games on sale on Xbox, which I think you can also play on PC. So at least some of them. Marvel vs. Capcom and Monster Hunter, which I was kind of surprised that Monster Hunter was on sale.
So Marvel versus Capcom.
Yeah.
I have a brand new sealed copy of Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Never been opened.
Don't ever open it.
I'm never going
don't
to.
open it.
Wow.
That's pretty sweet.
That's also impressive, and I'm jealous.
Yeah, that's
But
awesome.
see, you know what's funny is my Castlevania Symphony of the Night is worth more.
Well, yeah.
Mm.
Why is that
I have-
funny? It's an older game.
I suck it. Right there. I have a black label Final Fantasy VII with a misprint on it. So
That's cool.
Get it graded. That's all I'm going to tell you. Send it out. Get it graded. And it's sealed in vacuum sealed case, and nothing will ever happen to it again.
Yeah, that's the move.
Yep.
I don't have any. I have a sweet piece of art from Marcus that I think I'm actually going to put where my paintball gun and Nerd Lounge poster are, so
But
you can actually see it on camera. But
Is
I got to
it
get it
framed
like.
yet?
No, that's what I mean. I got to get it professional. If you let me finish my sentence, Mister, I don't ever interrupt anybody ever.
I didn't
I've never-
interrupt. It was just a question.
I don't ever interrupt anybody. I don't talk over people. What are you
I
talking
don't
about?
talk
guys?
over anybody.
I'm
It was a
Marcus.
question.
I have a hat on.
If there's silence,
I'm just saying.
if there's
things now.
silence, I'm going to talk.
I was breathing. No, it's not framed.
on.
that's fantastic.
That's a good one.
Anyways, sorry.
You know what's also really good? The anime sale on Xbox this month. Go buy some anime games. Enjoy it. Because
Yes.
there's a lot of great ones. And finally, which actually kind of surprised me, Steam. Currently not very many great sales, but I did notice the Vertigo game sale. If you've got some sort of VR platform, whether it's Steam or Oculus, VR games that Vertigo games make, like Arizona Sunshine and After the Fall, which are high quality VR games, are on sale. So go swoop up some VR stuff.
Yeah.
You know? Marcus, I know you love talking. Why don't you go ahead? Why don't you go ahead and tell us how you
Perfect
doing?
segue to that one.
Yeah,
I think we should have titled this episode 186 Part 2.
yeah.
The roast gets roastier.
Part duh.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so I wasn't here last week. I turned 40. I wanted the week off, and in the meantime, Nick and Atrax decided to talk as much possible shit as they could about me. And it was so much shit talking that when I was driving down the road and they were talking shit, I was screaming at the top of my lungs in my vehicle saying, fuck you! And just flailing all of my arms around. I was definitely screaming at a stoplight when somebody was looking at me and I didn't care. They probably thought I was yelling at my wife, but I was just yelling at Nick and Atrax who weren't there. But so Nick and my uncle took me out for beers on the last Saturday of January. Sunday, I mean. Yeah. And then they proceeded to bring me to another brewery where my wife set up a surprise birthday party.
Yes.
Which was awesome.
We got
I knew there was a party.
Mission accomplished.
Yep. Nick kind of gave it away because when he asked me if I wanted to get a beer on Sunday, and I was like, all right, that's fucking weird, but sure, like I can get a beer. And I was like, well, let me ask Carrie if like we have something done. And this is where I knew it was already in the works. He said, I already talked to Carrie. You're good to go. Right there, I was like,
I fucked it up.
Yep, you fucked that up. So right then and there, I knew there was a party. I didn't know how involved it was going to be. I didn't know what it was going to be.
Hey, I knew too, but I didn't say anything.
Right. I invited Kymeri, but he had a previous engagement.
Yeah, he just was like, fuck him. I'm not going. I got to go to work the next day.
Probably an hour and a half drive on a Sunday. I was like,
yeah, Sunday night. No, I know that was a big reach.
It would have been
it was more like, hey, just,
yeah,
invite if you want to come.
It's completely fine. But I was wasted. Now, I haven't drank that much beer probably since I turned 30. I think I was beyond white girl wasted.
You
okay?
100% were. You had the shark eyes and everything. Like, the lights are on and nobody's home.
Right. Like
dark like a doll's
all
eyes.
I remember, I don't remember anything except the next morning when I was like laying in bed and Carrie was like, you said some fucked up shit to me. And I was like,
fucked up, just aggressively sexual.
Yeah.
To his wife.
Yeah,
which
but
I think
like,
it's an expression of love,
Yeah, like I was wasted and I was probably telling her I wanted her to choke on something, but that's okay. I think that's acceptable as your married spouse. You know what I mean? If you're wasted and you're blackout drunk, you should be able to say whatever the fuck you want to your wife.
That's right.
It's not, I wasn't being mean.
No meanness or rudeness, just aggressive expression of
I do remember at one point I straight up grabbed those titties. I was like, squeezed them. And I felt bad and she just was horrified, but that's all right. It's fine. So anyways, so last Thursday while Nick and Atrax were talking shit about me, I actually got to just like chill and play video games and it was awesome. So for me, it was really, really, really fun. I'm happy I got to do it because it's not often, it's not often I get a Thursday night to like not podcast and just be able to like have no responsibilities. So it was pretty fun. Like Rabes was saying earlier, I'm playing Destiny 2 a lot, preparing for Lightfall. But I'm in a really weird spot right now because I'm super excited for Lightfall, but I really want to play some other games. Like, and I'm really torn right now. Atrax is jerking himself off right now.
Dude, have you played Dead Space yet?
Well, I'm going to get to that. Can that question be wait like 30 seconds?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, well, it might take me like 3 minutes to get there. Sure. But I'll explain why I haven't. No, you can say whatever you want. I don't really care. But so my point is, I'm having a lot of fun with Destiny, but where I'm really torn right now is there's other games I really want to play. And this always happens around an expansion of a game that I love because it always happens then. Like when SWTOR came out with expansions that were actual expansions, like I was excited to play them. And like there was always another game coming out that I wanted to play. Like Hogwarts Legacy, like I want to play it, but like that's a game that I can watch somebody stream it. Like I'll watch Nick stream it and I'll completely get my Gryffindor like enjoyment out of it.
Yeah, I get you.
You know what I mean? As long as he's not in Slytherin, because then I'm just not watching it.
I don't know what I'll get to that later.
But anyway, so I've been preparing. I've been doing clan night. I've been raiding with the team. Like I've been grinding for guns and like crafting them. And I feel almost like I'm trapped in the Destiny trap because I'm doing day one raiding and like I have to prepare for it with bounties and everything. But
wait, quick question. Kymeri, what were you thinking about something in depth or like farting? Because you had a face.
I'm just listening to Marcus because I don't know much about Destiny. I've only played Destiny 1 a little bit, and my experience was ruined. But yeah, oh good.
Sorry, I saw you had like an intrigued face, and I was just like, I thought you were brewing up a joke or something.
I'm just like, very interesting, Marcus.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
So
well,
it was
this Tuesday we're gonna get the final story of this expansion that's gonna lead us into the expansion. And I'm sure once that happens, I'm gonna be like balls deep back in. But this week I got to play Dark Tide. It's the new Warhammer game. And I played it for a couple hours with Arcane. He bought it for me on Steam, and Atrax actually hung out with us. I went live in Discord. It was a lot of fun to
watch.
Yeah, like we hung out in Discord for a couple hours, just chilling. Like we were just chilling, playing this game. And ever since he bought me that, I've been like looking into Warhammer and like reading about the lore and all that. And that shit is
it's insane.
It's insane. Thank you.
It's deep.
Yes. And I personally love sci-fi, so I started listening to the Horus Heresy book because they say if you're going to listen to it, that's like the first one you should listen to, even though it's not actually Warhammer 40K, but it like introduces all of the parts of it. So like if you get into the Warhammer books, it helps you understand everything going on. But like I've dug deep into the YouTube and like watched hours of videos or listened while I'm at work talking about all the factions and like how to play the tabletop game and like just wild shit I've been listening to. And I've kind of just gone down this rabbit hole, but which brings me to my point of playing other games. So Arcane just finished his last chemo session. So he's going through chemo. So like I'm trying to play Darktide with him as much as possible because I can only imagine if you feel like shit and like I can game with you and like we can laugh. Like that's why like I haven't really played Dead Space because I'm just trying to like if I'm going to play a game, I'd honestly Darktide was a lot of fun. It has a lot of like Left 4 Dead vibes to it.
Yeah.
Because it's like a hack and slash, but you can have a gun. And the way the game is it's really interesting because you just click a mission and do it. And you basically just fight off hordes of enemies. There's nothing like super in depth about it. There's no like real, like there's a story, but it's not like a story. Like it's not like you're playing Fallout New Vegas with a story.
Yeah.
It's basically just
Yeah.
a reason to play. It's
Like
just
Left 4 Dead, yeah.
Yeah, it's Left 4 Dead essentially. So
Wait,
I've been having.
Can we circle back real quick? Can we just get a quick shout out for Arcane, like for going through it? Fuck cancer.
Yeah.
man.
Yep.
Yeah,
fuck cancer.
Fuck
Straight up.
cancer.
I work in that field.
Wait, Kymeri
specifically,
swears?
but-
Hey, it happens sometimes. All right. That's
Whoa.
one of the causes near and dear to my heart. So for
Yeah.
sure.
Fuck that cancer.
Yeah. So
Power
it's
to you,
awesome to
Arcane.
hang out with him and it's super nice that he bought me a game, and nobody's ever bought me a game on Steam before. Ever. So like I feel like that you're a douchecock if you don't play the game. Somebody buys you a
100%.
game and you don't play it, like you're a douche. Like fuck off. You know what I
See,
mean?
You know how I know Marcus clearly has a short memory? He doesn't remember me buying him My Little Pony online for Christmas this year.
I played it. I just didn't tell you.
I type in the chat that I'm gonna buy him the Barbie games after he was playing Barbie Girl in here before.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna buy him the Barbie
Yes.
games now.
I'll play them, whatever. So last thing is, I booked my trip to Kansas City. I'm taking the family. We're going to visit my sister and my mom in Kansas City, end of
Woo, woo.
April. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to just eating a shit ton of wings and buffalo chicken dip this Sunday because I'm not streaming, and I'm just gonna watch the football and say, who cares who wins as long as I'm eating.
who
So,
cares who
Nick-
wins, but fuck the Eagles.
Yeah, I do agree.
I mean,
I
go
can't-
other way. Oh,
I can't stand the Eagles.
As
I
a
think-
Patriots
yeah.
fan,
Yes.
it's both bad.
fuck the Eagles.
It's both
Yeah.
bad. Both
yeah,
bad.
I don't like the Eagles. I mean, I don't like either of them. But,
Would really like to see the Bengals get in, but
Yeah, same.
I would say next week we'll have the info for PAX.
Yeah.
And what we're doing.
Yeah.
So Nick,
Yes.
I was so happy on Monday night. Like,
I know.
like
Because you got to watch episode 3 of The Last of Us.
no, because I got to watch you do something that's been like 500 hours in the making. And there's been many
180
stream
something
titles
hours.
that said ending tonight.
Ending tonight. So this week on Monday, I finally finished The Witcher 3. And I don't mean like the main quest. I finally finished it. 180 hours later of gameplay. I finished it. I did do all the side quests that I wanted to do, so that was awesome. But I didn't do any of the DLC quests. Well, I did like 2 of the like little expansion that's in the same map, but that whole like 40 to 60 hours of gameplay from the Blood and Wine expansion, I haven't even touched any of that yet. But yeah, I'll do that off stream though. So I finished The Witcher 3, which means I now have a hard decision to make. What game do I play next on stream? Now, I don't know, the past few months, I've been intending to play God of War Ragnarok on stream. Because I have PS5 and I can use the capture card and blah, 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 blah. But Hogwarts Legacy came out this week, and I also really want to play that. So I put a poll up in the Discord as to what the community wants to see, and currently Hogwarts Legacy is winning by a count of 10-7. So it's in the Nick's Lab channel. It's a pinned message. If you can't see it, just scroll up a little bit. You'll see it's all highlighted and stuff.
go vote.
Go vote.
vote.
God of War Ragnarok versus Hogwarts Legacy. What do you want to see me
Wait,
play?
when does the poll end?
Probably. I mean,
Monday.
I'll say Sunday night because
No, do it Monday because people probably aren't going to hear this until Sunday because you'll probably
All right.
not post it.
I'll say Monday at 7 because I gotta have some time to set up the PS5 if God of War wins.
Oh, you're saying you're going to play it, whatever the new game is?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. You're not going to play. You're not going to play Call of Duty.
Well, I can play Call of Duty, but like I was intending to play.
Finish the poll on the stream.
That's true. Well, the only tricky part is I have to go grab my PS5 from the living room, bring it in here, set it up in the capture card. It's like a whole different setup versus Hogwarts Legacy. I just click go on Steam.
See,
Tell
this
you
is
what.
where like I'm pulling the dad card right now. I know Nick really well. Nick is not going to be in the mood to start a new RPG the week he finishes The Witcher.
Well, I feel like I want to keep playing The Witcher. Is the issue
So
because
good.
I want to play the DLC now. I'm like the ending was fucking awesome. I watched
will
that VOD,
say,
by the way.
I kind of want to see what ending Nick gets for the Blood and Wine DLC because the endings are pretty different.
They
For
get
Blood
pretty
and Wine?
spicy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah.
cool. Fuck yeah. I like the spicy end. I mean, that's one of the big reasons why I liked The Witcher 3 so much is all the choices you make are like totally like there's no good answer. So it's like this terrible flavor of terrible or that flavor of terrible. Which terrible do you want? But the ending I got, spoilers I guess for Witcher 3, fast forward, a couple minutes. The ending I got is Ciri ended up coming with me. She survived the attack at the end and then came back with Geralt and was a Witcher with me on like voluntarily, which was
Kind of sucks.
I think that's a good ending. Well, the other ending is like she killed herself. So
I think you should have been going with Triss.
no,
Yeah,
Ciri.
that was
time
the
out.
stupid
Ciri
part.
is my daughter in the game. Yennefer is my romance.
Well, yeah, but you did
Yeah.
romance Yennefer and you were
I did.
happily ever after.
Yeah, me, Yennefer, and Ciri all lived happily ever after, and me and Ciri went and did Witcher stuff, and then I went home and banged Yennefer, and it's great. It's the ending exactly how I wanted. I think there's other endings where like Ciri
Can you
takes
be
over
happy
for the
with just
Emperor.
one female?
Yeah, I am. I'm just Yennefer. Ciri's the daughter. Ciri is the daughter in that game, Marcus.
I just like Marcus's shit-eating grin.
It's for the best. I will say the threesome is definitely on the bucket list, but yes, one is enough. But no, it's. I think of the ending. I haven't looked up like a YouTube video of all the endings, but I think that's like the good ending. I hope so. I was striving for the good ending, but I'm pretty satisfied with it. Like I want an ending where like Geralt is happily ever after. Triss, like most of the main cast are in good places in their lives. And then like Ciri's not, doing something she hates or something. But I kept clicking the choices in the story where it's like, Ciri, you can do what you want. Like do what you want. Like don't let people you don't have to go be an emperor. You don't have to go do this. You can do what you want to do. So then at the end she chooses to be a Witcher with Geralt, which I thought was pretty cool. But at least in my ending. So I'm going to go watch the other endings. But yeah, so for the next game, Hogwarts Legacy, which if you don't know what that is, just look it up. It's like everywhere. It set like some crazy record on Twitch, I guess, for like people playing it at the same time. It was like several million people or watching it, I should say. Watching
It was a
people
lot.
play it. Yeah. It looks cool. I like the Hogwarts world. I have not done, you know me, I like really rich lore backgrounds for games. So I don't know. That'd be cool. And God of War is also really cool. So I'd like either one. But go vote in Nick's Lab in the Discord. There is next bullet point. There's an upcoming Star Wars Legion night in real life with Marcus, myself, and Joey Feta. We booked it for I think the 17th of February. So stay tuned. You'll hear about that after the fact.
I thought it was
But that'll be
tomorrow.
cool. Is it tomorrow? No, it
It's
was a Friday.
17th.
Friday.
Yeah,
We
it's
couldn't do
next.
tomorrow because I'm going out with friends and females. But the
I love how it just says and females.
There it is.
Just because. Yeah,
well,
there it is.
okay. I will clarify. So
Caught in 4K.
yeah, so it's me, Jacob. So my next bullet point is Jacob, aka Billy Bob, aka Grunkin87, is officially off the market. He's no longer the most eligible bachelor in the Nerds community, although I took that
Second
back anyways.
most eligible.
Yeah, no longer the second most eligible bachelor in the Nerds community. So all of the Nerds community ladies, I'm sorry, but you missed your chance. He has a new boo thing, and me, him, his new boo thing, and her friend are going out. So anyways, that's what's happening tomorrow.
Yay for him.
Yeah, good for Jacob. I'm happy for him. And also this week in nerdy news, I rewatched all of the Dragon Ball Z abridged episodes this week on YouTube, which are fucking fantastic and hilarious. By the way, I really wish they did the Boo Saga, but I get it. There's like 70 episodes.
They're so funny.
All
If
the
you-
abridged series are great.
Yeah, they have a lot of different abridged ones, but Team 4-Star does a great job. I had that on while I was working and just kept chuckling as I'm doing stuff. It was wicked funny. And if you have any interest in Dragon Ball Z at all, just go look up Dragon Ball Z abridged on YouTube. It's Team 4-Star. And it's 70 episodes, and I think they're about 10, 15 minutes each or something.
Vegeta, a Pokemon.
Come on. Dodge is my favorite. fucking Dodge. Anywho's. That's it for me. Marcus, what do you have for AIE news?
So, AIE is a gaming community It's very large, and the community is more than just games. This guild and community was started on February 13th, 2007.
Wow.
Almost the anniversary.
I know.
Yep, that's why I'm talking about it tonight. And it all started with World of Warcraft. Just the World of Warcraft division has thousands of members in it.
Wow.
Thousands?
Thousands. And many of the big World of Warcraft podcasts started with AIE. And the people that founded it, you know, it's pretty big in the sense of community. They're all about it. There's over 20 different Discord channels just for the games that they play on the regular. That doesn't include all the D&D nights they do, the board game nights they do. Thousands of members are part of this family-friendly community. And when I tell you it's awesome, it's awesome. Years ago, I was going through, a little bit of a rough patch, and I was listening to this podcast called the Escape Podcast, Max and Seema's podcast, and I was working. I'll never forget it. I was working on a garage door trim outside of a house in West Springfield, this really big tan house. And
Was I there
I was
too?
listening to and I was listening to this podcast in my ear, and they were like, "Oh, we're on the Jedi Covenant server in Star Wars: The Old Republic." I'm like, "I'm on the Jedi Covenant server," and it kind of all steamrolled to where I met these people, and I joined this community, and my daughter wasn't even born yet, so it's over 7 years ago I joined this community, and I've been a part of it since. I'm now an officer. Now game director because I run the Destiny 2 clan. But the point I'm trying to make is there's not many communities that have been around that long. And if you're looking for somewhere to go to know that it's just an awesome place, there's no fucking assholes there. Me and Nick are the most vulgar ones in the whole place.
By a lot. Yeah.
By a lot, yes. But like when you're there, you feel like you're home. So please, if you're looking for a community to join and be a part of, please, because
If all this sounds fun to you, go to aie-guild.org, get our Discord information in the top right-hand corner of the website, and ask for a guild invite. Whether or not you play Star Wars: Old Republic, World of Warcraft, Guild Wars 2, Lord of the Rings Online, StarCraft, Final Fantasy 14, 17, I forgot the number, all the Final Fantasies, Pokemon Kymeri. If you play video games and want to play with people that are awesome, then we would love to have you. Come join AIE.
Nick, we've been doing this for an hour. I know you got to pee.
I definitely do. So we'll be right back.
My God, what is taking him so goddamn long?
Nick, hurry up, man.
It's all that beer you're drinking. Come on, bro.
Rose before hose, man. Get off Snapchat.
And we're back. So today we're talking with Rabes and Kymeri, and I think some Kymeri has some Pokeballs that he wants to talk about. I know how much you love those balls.
Are they sweaty?
I'd imagine since they were, you got together with all the other ball connoisseurs down in Florida.
Oh my God, can you imagine how many balls were sweaty down in Florida?
Dude, there was 2,700 and something people there for TCG, VGC, and Go.
That's
Sweaty,
over 5,000
but also
balls.
polished.
Which was crazy. It was just it was massively packed. The whole venue was packed the whole weekend.
Was that sponsored by Manscaped? I know they're into polished balls too.
No, I don't know if that would be good for like the the little kids part of that. I don't know how great that would go with the content, but
So how does the structure work?
Wait. Just let's back up for a second. So you went to a tournament for Pokemon, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then that's what we're alluding to with the ball hunts. But
yeah, that is true.
It's Marcus. What you're asking? What's the structure like for that?
Yeah.
Okay, so like structure as in like how just like the tournament works?
Yes.
Really? So it's about to change coming up because they decided that, probably playing 14 hours of Pokemon isn't healthy for staff and players. So that's ending up what we did. So basically you go Friday, you can like check in early if you want to the venue, but then most of the game playing part is Saturday morning. You have to be there for 8:30 for the player meeting. Then you have, depending on how many players are there, which Orlando had, we ended at 780 players. For Masters, at least. There were seniors and juniors as well, the younger age divisions. And basically, we play on Saturday. We had 10 rounds of best of 3 Swiss. So that's a very long tournament. If you go to best of 3 or go to the end of the round timer, it just takes that long to just, do anything. And they had a slow start as well without how many people they had. They had to print out sheets. They had to print out the match slips. It was a little rough to start, but once it started going like round 3 or 4, like they started actually picking it up quite a bit. But we were there from 8:30 till like 10:30, 11. It was pretty crazy. I mean, I got up at 6:50, but my gosh, it was a long day of Pokemon. So basically, you get matched up with your opponent each round. You can check it on your phone, or they have like physical pairings and stuff. There's a whole website that hosts like the pairings of who's playing who, and then you just keep going until the round's over, and then you just wait for your next opponent, and it kind of just keeps going.
How many matches total did you end up playing?
Actually, so there was a lot of, like, I 2-0'd quite a bit, like, in the middle. So I played, let's see, if I can count off the top of my head. I played a couple game 3s, not many. There was one loss. Yeah, so maybe like 3 or 4 game 3s, so 20, okay. Probably like 20 something. Yeah, probably 20. I have the stats that I had, but I don't know off the top of my head. But yeah, it's a long day though. Like, especially when like it's not a physical game, it's a mental game, and like you're like, oh, I have to, just literally think about like the turns. It's like playing like chess, right? Like you have to think about the turns, and so it's like really grueling to sit there for like an hour technically for each round. And then maybe play 2 or 3 games, essentially, right? Because it's best 2 out of 3, right. And you're playing for so many hours at the event. It's kind of it was crazy. But now they're changing the structure. We're going to be adapting the TCG structure, which is they play Saturday X amount of rounds, and then if you have a certain record or a certain amount of points on day 1, you go to day 2, then you have a few rounds of Swiss there as well, and then they cut to the top 8. So it's a little bit better for staff, players, because, dude, I'm still recovering, and I only played Saturday. Like, right. The thing was, I started off a little rough. It was a rough few rounds, the early rounds, and I was 1 and 2. So the fact that, like, I had to win out to, like, get to where I was, which was crazy, it was hard. It takes a lot of mental stamina, because that's what it is, especially playing the video game. It's like Pokemon Go, they're like tapping the phones and stuff like super fast, and TCG is like, TCG is even more of a mind game in my opinion, but
I get you. That's crazy.
Do you play on your Switch, or does it like get hooked up to a big TV for your pairing?
No, they get hooked up to these little devices by Hori. They're like Hori stands, and they actually just sit in there and they charge the switches while you're playing, and then that's how you play. You connect to your opponent via. Right now we're using the Union Circle, which is really bad, but in the past we used to have like screens for like tournaments that would come up, and you'd be able to match your opponent when you were like sitting across from them and stuff like that.
That's cool.
And you said the system is called Hori?
It's like a stand. It's a company. It's a company that makes like Nintendo licensed device, like accessories. Oh. And they actually had the standard one that I actually own one as well. And they have like a mini one that they came out with, and they were able to get more players into the tournament because they were able to get extra accessories. You should have seen it. Like I think I took a picture of like some of the tables, but like, especially because they use Ethernet connection to like play the game, to like connect the switches. There was switches, like switch hubs, like at the tables, and like just like cables and like, you know what I mean, like surge protectors. It was
like a
LAN
party.
Dude, it was like crazy, man. There's so much cabling going on, and it gets pretty messy. Like some of the tables are better than others. Like some of the cables are a little short, so like you would like move your Switch for a minute, and then it'd be like, oh, it's kind of getting like it's a little like it won't move too much, but you know it was pretty sweet. But yeah, I ended up finishing 71st out of that 780, and starting out at 1-2 was really hard because you basically have to win out to get any points, and I ended up going 7-2, and then the last round was either I get, you know, top 64 or possibly the top 32 top cut, or I don't and I lose, and then I get whatever I get, and I lost the last round. It was a really bad matchup, and basically 71st, which wasn't like bad at all. I hadn't been to a regional in 3 years, so I was really happy about it. Put a lot of work into the event too, which was prep and everything like that. And it was just super fun to see all my friends again that I haven't seen in 3 years. So,
hell yeah,
it was exciting.
First off, congrats on 71st out of that many people. That's wild.
Thanks. Yeah, I had everyone that messaged me, thank you guys so much. Seriously, there's like so many people that messaged me throughout the day. I got a few in here right now. They already know who they are. Like, and I really appreciate that. I know, like, seriously, I got lifted up so much when I was 1-2. My girlfriend was picking me up. You know, I had people at the venue being like, dude, you know you're a good player. Like, don't worry about it. Like, and we had the lunch break when we were 1-2, right? So I was 1-2 and we had lunch break, and I was like, all right, I know what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to go eat the venue food because that doesn't settle well with me. So I just ended up eating like Cliff Bars and like granola all day with water all day. And it really helped me. I didn't feel like crap at all during any point of the event. I felt pretty good, had caffeine.
You feel like a brick.
Dude, I felt great. Honestly, that was like, I was prepared because I played a 10-round Swiss tournament 3 years ago in Dallas, and it was brutal. Like, I made sure I had Advil. I made sure I had food, the hydration, everything. I was so prepared this time, in not just in-game prep for the tournament itself, but like the overall prep for the tournament. And like
the logistical prep.
Yeah, and it was really important.
I'm just happy that Nick's company did well supporting all the Switches.
Yeah. I'm really proud of them for making quality stands for them all, you know?
Oh, my God.
The name of the company came from the common description of my weekend behavior.
Hoary.
Yes. Thanks, Rabes. That's what we were getting at.
I'm here for you.
I heard it.
I'll be here all week.
You know, but Kymeri, it's so cool because, like, I think about all the old gaming tournaments, and like we see it at PAX where you see like the sea of PCs and people just gaming.
Yeah.
The fact that you can go out of 2,700, you're in the top 100 of those.
That was all games. So card game, video game, and Pokemon Go is played at the event. So in our division, there was 780 players total, which is the biggest. By the way, I forgot to preface that this was the biggest regional we've ever had.
So you're in the top 10%.
Yeah,
technically,
top 10%.
Yeah, like top 10%.
Pretty crazy.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy. A lot of people, like a lot of my friends, I was actually talking to one before the podcast in like a DM, and they were like, oh, he's been focusing on his stream stuff. You know, he might not be like back, you know, ready to go. But I put in a lot of work this past month, like just getting ready and working with people and just trying to get back to my form and just kind of taking it really seriously just to see how I would do. Because I won't go to one now probably for like 3 months, unfortunately, but just due to like logistic stuff. But it and just like timing of where like the events are and whatnot. But like, you know, that gave me a lot of motivation to keep practicing, even though the event and like the format will change in less than like at the end of the next month and in the month after that and all that stuff. So they change every 2 months. So you have to constantly adapt to that and like learn what the new stuff is and how it all goes together with the Pokemon and everything. So it's a whole new ball game. I hate 2 months formats. I think it's too small, too short. Everything gets too chaotic way too fast, but it was fun. Like I said, Florida was the first one for this current series, and I had a freaking blast. It was so cool. It was so good to see everybody, and it was just a fun time, and I'm really glad I was able to go.
That's awesome. I can totally relate to that. Like the logistics of the tournament can make or break how you actually play. Like from paintball, especially playing nationally, like it's the same thing. Like last season, my first national event was in Dallas, Texas in I forget what month, but like May or so. It was super fucking hot. It was like 95 degrees, blistering sun, and we were just literally melting. Like all the Northeast teams were just like melting, not used to the heat. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And it's a legitimate logistical concern. Like, oh, we need to go to Walmart and make sure we have like a canopy, extra like 4 times the amount of ice we need. Let's just go buy a cooler, because everything's going to be hot immediately. You know what I mean? It's all those extra little logistical details that you might not think about. You might not think about. Like a local tournament, you can be like, oh, I'll grab a couple cases of water and we're good. It's fine. But like, it's a totally different environment when you go to a much bigger scale like that. All of the little logistics make a big difference.
Right, exactly. So basically, yeah, like you even said, we have locals too, right? Like you're not. I may need to bring like a couple granola bars and like some water or something, but like,
right.
It's not. I kid you not. I had a Ziploc bag full of snacks ready to. Dude, I was serious. I was like,
yeah.
I am so ready. Like it doesn't even matter. Like I bought my first ever like nice refillable water bottle that I brought with me to the event. It's a hydro flask, dude. It was amazing. It was top tier for the event.
There it is.
And it was it was great. And. That was one of the things that I could not underestimate this time, especially after doing it one time. Granted, now in the future, like we're still going to have to play 9 rounds in day 1, so it's still going to be just as important, but it's definitely not as scary, and but it's good to always be prepared. And that was the one thing I was like really big on. Not only like my preparation for the tournament and playing against people and all that stuff, but my logistic prep was probably the best it was ever been, and I felt great. After the 10 rounds, I was like, I can play more Pokemon, man. I feel fine, bro. Like, let's go. Let's go out in the lobby. I don't care. We'll go. We'll scrap right now. Let's do it. But no, like it was. Yeah, I had the hat backwards. I had my hat backwards. I always wear that Latios hat, that Latios hat that I have.
That's awesome.
And yeah, it was really cool. Thank you guys. I appreciate everyone's support. That, if you messaged me during the weekend, it really meant a lot to me. Being my first event back in a long time was really like a homecoming for me. And I'm in such a new mentality now with like streaming, and I think that really helped me grow mentally as a person as well. Streaming and like playing Sword War PvP, and I don't really tilt much, and like that really helped me like be better at. I was in a big deficit 1-2, like 1 or 2 more losses and my tournament runs over. You can't even get points at that point. So like It's, being able to mentally be from 1-2 to go 7-2 is like really massive, and just to keep the momentum going. And yeah, so
that's a huge accomplishment.
Yeah.
What does it cost to enter?
$70.
Wow.
They cost a lot. Yeah. They used to be free. Events used to be free back in the day. But around 2016, the Pokemon company itself, they decided, hey, we're gonna like fund the prizing. So now tournament organizers need to fund the venue and all the staffing and all that stuff. And it's gone up every year so far. It is getting kind of ridiculous though, because we're not really getting a lot from it. We got like swag, like we got like a hat, like a drawstring bag that I already had, and then like a promo card. Like, and that's cool, like, but it's doesn't really justify $70, but I understand the venue was massive, but they made a killing. Like, but literally there's 27,000 people, like 2,700 people, you know what I mean? Like there was a lot of people, but the venues are huge. $3K.
I think it would have been worth it if you paid $70.
Right, $3K plus you get TCG packs and stuff, even though you play video game. Yeah, it's cool. Like I like TCG. Hey, I bought packs this weekend. I'm no shame. I have that addiction from when I was a kid to open up Pokemon cards. Like that's just what it is. Like that's something I enjoy doing. And yeah, no, it was really, really cool. But yeah, $70 to enter, plus travel, plus hotel, which usually you can split with people. I'm sure you guys do the same thing, Nick, when you go to events and stuff. You have like a play. It's easy to split with people. And that's back in the day, like I used to be like, nah, I'm going to just go and stay in my own room. But like that costs so much. It's not worth it. You might as well have people to room with,
I was going to say $70 entry fee is not that big a deal. So for example, the Division 2 entry fee for X-Ball is let's see, per team is $3,000 per team.
Wow, that's insane! And you guys all pull through that. You guys all pull into that
for one event, and we play 5 a year.
Good God,
that's crazy.
That's
crazy.
You get 0. Yeah, it's wild. You get 0 perks. That is exclusively that you're allowed to play.
That's
in the
crazy.
tournament. Yeah.
That's insane.
What's the prizing? Like, is there good prizing or?
No. I think first place is maybe like $3,500.
You get a case of paintballs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
No,
dude,
you
it's more than that.
No, first place in D2 is probably like $4,000 or something. It's where you basically barely make your money back if you win the whole tournament.
And each member of
cool.
the team gets a half-chewed pack of extra spearmint gum.
Yes, exactly.
Damn. Yeah, that's
It's not a lot, but there is a giant amount of cost that those places have because, like, I kind of get it. Like, they have to rent out. It's not like they go over to a paintball field. It's way too big of an event for that. They have to rent like an athletic
field,
like grass field somewhere,
right?
That's just open. Then they have to pay staff to put up all the netting, put up all like 10 fields worth of bunkers, put up all the vendor booths, food. Like food trucks, and then all the staff for the paint,
right?
And like the event registration and everything. It's like
Clean
and
up
the,
all the paint.
referees, the cleanup, breaking all that down after. I get it.
It's crazy. Yeah,
it's definitely a lot of money. That's all.
Yeah, but that's what it was. It was just a phenomenal weekend. It was great timing too because it was absolutely awful weather here in New England. It was negative degrees, and I was in shorts playing Pokemon, and I was like, "Let's go!" I could not have picked a better weekend to be because I was
it was pretty ass,
dude. I was like, "Yes, I'm wearing shorts. I feel great." Yeah, it was awesome.
Hell yeah! I have a question, Marcus. You want to go?
Rabes, what is your favorite game of all time?
Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, the one you have the crazy copy of behind you.
Yeah, it's right there.
Very nice.
That guy right there.
Is it? Wait, there.
Right
there. Oh, right there. Oh, right there.
Oh, I thought it was there.
What a random mishmash of stuff, by the way. Like this right here is a picture holder that has 2 Pokemon cards and a Yu-Gi-Oh card. Okay. I have a VHS copy of my favorite movie, Jurassic Park. I have Final Fantasy VII. I have Conker's Bad Fur Day that my wife got me for our anniversary one year.
I love that game.
And then I have a set list from my favorite band. It's just a random.
What's your favorite band?
The Devil Wears Prada.
I love that movie.
Oh my god! No, don't say that.
Oh my god, I love that movie so much.
Dude, you know how many times I get it? It's so like.
Wait a minute. We gotta hold on, Marcus. Why do you love that movie so much?
Oh my god, I just love
I've
that
seen it
movie.
too. Yeah, but what about it?
Yeah, now I'm curious.
Do you like how bitchy the boss lady is? Like,
no, Anne Hathaway
the
in
comeback
those
story?
tall Chanel boots, and I could watch that movie over and over and over.
I don't know. I think it's a missed opportunity with Meryl Streep. I mean, I'm not saying gilf, but
well,
I mean,
although that might be Jack Black's jam. That's not. Oh, that was Betty White. Never mind. What movie was that from? Wedding Crashers? No.
That was.
I was like, that's from The Office.
It was from the movie within the movie. Is it The Office?
Well, there's a movie in The Office. I don't know if it's an actual movie that they watch.
No, it's just like,
but
it's Jack Black
in The Office
with like. It's like romance with like he's dating
Lily.
No, and she goes up the chairs.
She's like,
goes up the stairs.
Up in the chair.
Well, all right. Well, anyways,
meanwhile, back on the ranch.
Rabes, PC or console gamer?
So, if you would have asked me this question like 10 years ago, it's console. But the majority of my gaming done now is PC. I'm not trying to say PC Master Race.
Oh, I am.
But as I'm getting older, it's just it just makes more sense for me to invest into my PC. Which is a shame because this right here had such an impact on me.
Yeah.
Right, but as times evolve, though, like I mean, like it's basically like you could just make it a better console every time that something new comes out. So it's like it's more it's worth it more, to me.
The one thing I don't like about PC gaming isn't even the PC gaming part. It's just all the bullshit that comes with PC gaming from people who don't understand it. That think, oh well, why would you upgrade your PC when you can buy a new console? And then I explain to them why,
right?
And they're like, well, that doesn't make any sense. It's like, because you don't have a fucking PC.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
like if something's not running at top tier, you just upgrade a part or two, and there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to spend $500 on another fucking console.
Right.
Well,
sometimes you do.
A console is good for its purpose. But once you play on a PC and you realize that, like, there's a lot of settings that a console doesn't give you, if you care about that. Like, I have friends that are console gamers. They like to put the disc in or download the game and just play it and have the controller in their hand, throw on the Xbox or PlayStation headset, and call it a day.
There are certain things I will not buy on PC for no other reason other than pure like console nostalgia, like stuff like the Crash Bandicoot Insane trilogy, the Spyro Reignited trilogy, like stuff like that. I will buy for like my PS5 and stuff like that. But most of the other stuff, if not 99% of all the other shit is on my PC.
I mean,
Get the
I
fuck
like.
out of here.
I only
There's no
like.
reason to have a console unless it's an exclusive game, because you can plug your fucking PlayStation controller or
Into
your
your PC.
Xbox controller to the PC, and then it's all in one place. I mean, fuck, you can get PlayStation I Suck games system on your PC, just like you can get Xbox Awesome Game Pass on the PC. So, like, you don't need a console if you have a PC.
No, I completely agree. Like I said, it was not a good reason. It is just that is my reason why I play that stuff like on the console. But the majority of everything else is on PC nowadays.
Right. Same here. The only thing I like on console that's not an exclusive is FIFA. I like playing like sports games on a console, like sitting back.
Well,
you know?
that's because they don't port them to PC 95% of the time.
Oh, is that? I didn't even try to get it on PC. I mean, if I'm playing FIFA or something like that, where it's like I'm just mindlessly trying to score goals, I'd like to be sitting back on the couch with a controller.
Yeah, but you can play it on your PC. They have it, but they don't. But they don't do a good PC port.
But it
for
sucks.
FIFA. Yeah.
Yeah.
Atrax, but it sucks.
I'm just spitting it how it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kymeri, what would you say is your favorite part of a Pokemon tournament?
Seeing the people, seeing my friends, no doubt. The friends I've made throughout the journeys over the years is probably the most exciting thing. And then also meeting the newer players as well. I think it's very fun to meet newer players or people that are, let's say like Pokemon celebrities, right? There are quite a few that go to these events, and I get to meet them and see them again, and it's really cool. And Ray's knows exactly what I'm talking about here, but yeah, there's like, there's bigger content creators than I am, and it's cool to meet them and see them kind of at the level of they're playing in a tournament, so it's cool,
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Rabes, what is your favorite content to make?
So when I was streaming, it would either have to be my... I only did it a couple times when I streamed, but I used to love doing try not to headbang challenges. Those were a lot of fun. My two like big passions in life are like gaming and music. Like I'm so intertwined into both. Like if I'm listening to music, I'm playing a game. If I'm playing a game, I'm listening to music. Like it's just what I like to do. So probably that, but then the other thing that I really enjoyed doing was doing like when I was hot and heavy playing Paladins a lot. I loved playing Paladins with the boys on stream, and then like that was when I noticed I really started liking streaming, because Paladins isn't a super big game, but that's when I would get my big viewer spikes. Was the people who wanted to watch Paladins, and then I'd randomly get viewers who would like to play with us. But Paladins, those were probably, if I had to pick two off the top of my head, those were definitely my favorite. The try not to headbang stuff and the playing Paladins with viewers. That was a lot of fun.
Paladins was great. That was so much fun, dude. I loved playing with you. That was fun. And then you had to delete your VOD every time, though.
Yeah.
Not because of me, but...
Yeah. Because certain people I used to stream with couldn't watch their mouth.
Oh, if you
That's
swear
right,
too
man.
much,
I'll tell you what.
It wasn't swearing.
The biggest safety
It was
thing,
stuff you can't say on Twitch.
Yeah, the
it.
biggest safety thing I've gotten is the Go XLR, because I can straight up not have chat ever be heard. And I can't tell you how much I have that. The only time I put like stream on is when I know the people in it I can trust. Because you can swear all you want, but
Yeah.
You mean
you
your
say
Discord?
something stupid because, like, if
Group
I'm
chat.
playing Call of Duty, nobody is saying the awful shit that I am.
Yeah,
I don't know, Kymeri. He's never played COD with me, apparently.
Oh, no.
Dude, now we
let's
gotta
make
get a
it
5-man
happen.
COD thing going. What the
Oh,
heck?
let's do it.
That'd be too much.
I'll play right after the show. I don't care.
Yeah,
Probably for
same.
like one episode, one game.
one
No, just at
episode.
some point, that'd be a fun time for sure.
I'm-
I'm down.
Yes.
I'm down.
Okay. Can I circle back to the Pokemon tournament real quick?
Sure. Yeah, sure.
No.
Can you describe your team? Did you use the same team every match or switch it up a little bit?
Yeah, so when you lock in for a tournament, you have to
have to use the same six?
Yeah, you have to use your team. So I was using I don't know how much like of the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet stuff you know about, but
Almost none, but I trust you can describe them.
yeah,
I
so
know your 5
basically
favorite
there's
things.
like they're basically like the versions of like there's like Pokemon called Paradox Pokemon, and they were allowed in this new rule set. And basically in Scarlet they were past Pokemon, and then in Violet they're future Pokemon. So a lot of the teams have these Paradox Pokemon. So I was using a Paradox Donphan. It's called Great Tusk. I love that thing so much. It's so good. It's so man, I'm so happy I used it. And then I ended up using a Fluttermane, which is also a Paradox Pokemon. Basically, Fluttermane is a Paradox version of Mischievous. Very good Pokemon, very fast, very strong. I ended up using Torkoal. Torkoal was really cool because their abilities get enabled. Yeah, Great Tusk. Yeah,
Great Tusk is fucking awesome.
dude. He's so MVP of the team by far. That Pokemon does so much damage. It's ridiculous. Under the right condition, that thing can just go ham. And
Wait.
Yep.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say, what do you mean? So, what makes them a Paradox Pokemon compared to their normal type? Is their type flipped or something?
They're just past or present Pokemon, and yeah, they have different typings, different stats. Yeah,
Oh, I see. So
different
it's
abilities. Like they're
So-
different. Yeah.
Like Donphan might not be ground type or something instead.
That Pokemon right there is ground fighting.
Oh, gotcha.
So
okay.
it adds a fighting type, but it
Fucking
gets like
disgusting.
it gets a lot of good like powerful moves that literally hit like a truck. So basically, Torkoal puts out the sun,
Yeah.
and those two Pokemon, Fluttermane and Great Tusk, get boosted by that because of their abilities being photosynthesis, and basically it raises up their highest stat by like 30%, which is like crazy strong. So like my Flutter was special attack, I believe. Yeah, special attack, and then my Tusk was attack, and it was good synergy with the Pokemon because it's double battle too for the video game. So 2v2, you bring 4, you have 6, but pick 4, and so basically we had those 3. Yeah, so we have those 3 on the team. I had a Rotom microwave oven form, Rotom Heat. Basically has an ability called Levitate, so I'm able to kind of Earthquake next to it with Tusk without hitting myself, so that's awesome. Then I used a future Pokemon called Iron Hands. It's basically, if you know what Hariyama is, it's basically a metal version of Hariyama, but not actually steel type, which is ridiculous. Which is ridiculous. That Pokemon's just then too. That's wild. And then
Also disgusting.
yeah,
Fighting electric. Oh my god.
yeah, he's pretty nasty. And then I used Amoonguss, the little mushroom. So the
Old
team was
Faithful.
yeah, Old Faithful. The team had some really bad matchups, but I was able to get a little lucky with some of them. Yeah, well, that's the base Hariyama. Beautiful.
That's yeah. Then look up the Iron Hands.
Iron
version.
Hands.
He's
Iron
like
Hands.
robot
Yep.
version.
That's the Violet Pokemon, the future,
Right.
futuristic. But yeah, so there was some really bad matchups that I got really like. My round 9, I got super lucky.
There he is.
And yeah, I basically have to. There was one matchup where I basically had to, as Tommy Cooley put it, cheese the matchup. So I cheesed the matchup, and the one time I got a really like crazy critical hit, game 1, turn 1, which was it sealed the. I think my opponent got a little tilted. I mean, I would kind of be like, man, that's really bad. But game 2, I still made the right adjustments, and I was still able to win. But on paper, like when I saw his team, because you're allowed to see the opponent's teams, that's something new this year with the new mechanic that they have, the terrestrialization. You get the team sheet of like all your opponent's Pokemon, their Terra type, their item that they're holding, and their moves. So you know like everything. And basically I saw his sheet and I go, I'll see you guys in round 10. I'll see you guys. Like, I'm out. Like that. There's no way. Like, there's no way I win. Like, I have to hard cheese this matchup or I lose. And yeah, it just ended up working out for me. So yeah,
When you
that was
say
my team.
very cool. So like when you say hard cheese it, instead of like trying to set up conditions that like might weaken their Pokemon or something, you just know it's just like a DPS race or something instead.
It's a bad matchup. So basically, there's a combination called Amarouge and Indeedee, and basically, yeah, they are. It's like the Mega Man looking Pokemon.
Okay.
So basically, they have a great synergy, right? Because like Indeedee sets up Psychic Terrain. Armarouge gets a sick move called Expanding Force, which if you have Psychic Terrain up, it hits both Pokemon on the other side of the field. Obviously, super strong, very powerful combination. And basically, we have Great Tusk and Torkoal, and basically, so the only way around that is if I don't see a move that stops me from Earthquaking, I literally use Helping Hand, which damage boosts my Great Tusk, and I literally I Terrastallize the ground type to get extra ground type damage. That's the new mechanic. You're able to like kind of change your type a little bit and gain extra power, but I choose to keep ground as my base form. And so you hit him with the Helping Hand, Ground Terra, Earthquake with your Proto Boost, Life Orb, and just literally just go in. And basically, the Armarouge Pokemon is grass, like they have Grass Terra types.
Yep.
Like a Grass Terra. So basically that resists ground. So basically turn 1, game 1, I did that whole play. I said, Torkoal, thank you for your service. Helping Hand EQ, and I KO'd both of them. So I got a little lucky. It was a critical hit on the
We got
Armarouge.
the big dog in the house.
Yeah, it was it was a critical hit on the Armarouge, which like it does 70%, which is still a lot to a resisted type. Like that's insane damage. But like, and I had ways to clean it up anyway. Like I have a whole game plan. Like I know my lines where I need to play this matchup, and then game 2, he honestly should have led what he led game 1 because without barring that happening, I think he was afraid that like it didn't matter, and like because he kept saying, "Oh, I don't know if it mattered." I'm like, it mattered, bud. Like, because I know the calcs. Like, I literally did these calculations like before the event. Like, I know how much it does. And but like he ended up leading something different in game 2, and then I was able to like it was a worse position for him, I would say. It was absolutely a worse position for him to do that, and I ended up just winning the set. So
very cool. See, like I've never competed in Pokemon, so like I don't know those types of
it's cool.
Like the intricacies, but I definitely enjoy hearing about it.
Yeah.
All right, I have a question for the both of you, although I think I've already heard Kymeri's answer. So Rabes, you're up first. Who is your favorite Star Wars character?
God damn it. The easy answer, and it's just kind of always been this way, it's Darth Vader specifically, not necessarily so much Anakin, but Darth Vader.
All right.
Why
Good
is
choice.
that? Please elaborate or articulate or both.
So I liked Anakin,
but
until the prequels.
Okay.
I am not a pro. Let me rephrase this. I like parts of the prequels.
Yeah. That's
and
fair.
I would say the only prequel I like actually genuinely enjoy is Revenge of the Sith.
I feel like that's most people's opinion.
Yeah, for sure.
Darth Vader as a whole, I mean, like when you're a kid, like obviously, like shocker, like every time someone talks about like seeing Darth Vader for the first time, they're always somehow like 5 or 6.
Yeah. Yep.
But my cousins were babysitting me, and I remember watching A New Hope for the first time, and it's like that's the cool looking bad guy. But then like you get older and you realize like as the movies go on, those first 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
Like by the end of the 6th movie, you're like, oh my god, no, this is like a person, not just a bad dude.
Right.
And like even growing up, I really, really liked that. And obviously you want to know, how did he get here? And then the prequels happen, and
See, like I rewatched the prequels, I don't know, a few months ago, and if you think just purely look at like the bullet points of the story of what happens, I think you can appreciate the story a lot more than if you focus on like the dialogue. Because like particularly, I think the most egregious part is like the dialogue between Anakin and Padme when they're like falling in love, quote unquote, in episode 2 there, Attack of Clones.
Yeah.
It is so
Yep.
fucking cringy and creepy and terrible. But like it's written by a dude who was a dork in high school in the 50s and never got laid ever until he was like, 45, 50 or whatever, however old he was when Star Wars actually came out. And like, so he's thinking like, oh, how do teenagers interact with each other when they're in relationships that I was never in or never a part of? So it's like,
Yeah,
of course it's awkward,
I think that's a fair argument. I think
It's not, it's not defending the movie, but it definitely, when you frame it like
but
that,
it's a fair argument.
yeah, it just lets you enjoy it more when you go like, okay, ignore the specifics of the dialogue, like what's actually happening here.
Yeah, my
You know what I mean?
issues with the prequels are purely a George Lucas problem and not a fault of the movie's problem.
Right. Agreed. Yeah, I'm with you.
There's a lot wrong with them, but I blame more so George Lucas. The biggest example I give to people is like A New Hope and The Empire Strikes Back were not directed by George Lucas. They were produced by George Lucas.
Right.
The only movie of that original trilogy that was directed by George Lucas is Return of the Jedi. And you
Right.
can tell. You can very much tell that was directed. But it's still a good movie. I love
Right.
Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
I think you hit the nail on the head as far as like the bullet points of the prequels, like what is supposed to be. It's great.
Right.
It's just he's not good at writing a script.
Right. Exactly. that was a problem with A New Hope too. He had like 7,000 versions of the script and people helping him write, and then his wife did most of the editing, I'm pretty sure, for A New Hope and Empire. So like, well, my wife at the time, ex-wife now, whatever. But I'm with you. That's a good answer. I like Darth Vader a lot too. Kai Guy, what is your favorite Star Wars character?
So originally, I'll go with it originally too. It was Chewie. I love Chewbacca a lot.
Yeah.
I love Chewie so much, and like,
Yeah.
but then as Clone Wars came out, I love Ahsoka a lot. Togrutas were always cool too to me. I liked Shaak Ti. I thought they were really cool, and Ahsoka was like when I was in high school was when Clone Wars came out, so like I was around that age, and I just kind of really enjoyed her character, the Padawan kind of. It was great. I loved it. I loved Clone Wars, and it just became one of my, my favorite parts of Star Wars. But,
Totally agree. I rewatched Clone Wars recently too, but I watched it originally for the first time when I had COVID. I just watched every single episode in a row.
hell yeah.
Not nonstop, but like I was just like stuck in my room back in
COVID.
like just coughing and watching Clone Wars,
Trying not to die.
Exactly.
Yep.
But
All right.
I enjoyed it a lot. Marcus?
There's a really important question,
Okay.
and there is a wrong answer.
Oh yeah,
one
this
wrong answer.
So, yes, this question has many, many, many right answers, but one wrong answer. And if you find the wrong answer and choose that as your answer, you are a sociopath and you will be immediately ejected from the show.
And shamed a little
And
bit.
shamed.
Just a little. though.
The ejection was a joke. The shame was not. So that question is, Marcus.
What is your favorite ice cream flavor?
It's a question.
I'll be the first. So I have two answers to this. The basic bitch one is vanilla. French vanilla specifically.
Yeah.
Great answer.
But there is an ice cream place near my house that Kymeri is aware of, the Icebox. That when Girl Scout cookies come around, they do Girl Scout ice cream, and they make Samoa's ice cream. Holy
that sounds great.
Fuck!
It
It
slaps.
is so good.
That sounds
It is
good.
so good.
All the
You are
flavors
so
are so
lucky.
good.
I thought it was coming, you guys.
I did.
Yeah.
I thought
When he
I
said,
thought-
I'm going
feeling
to
in
be
my
the
soul.
first, I was
Yeah.
like, oh, no.
No,
Ugh.
like the first love is French
Ooh.
vanilla, but like
All right.
if I had to pick like one ice cream flavor to eat the rest of my life, it would be Samoa's ice cream from the Icebox.
Sounds perfectly reasonable. Great answers, sir.
Great
So
answer.
Chimeri, what's your favorite ice cream flavor?
I don't really have one.
Pineapple.
Like I like
Yeah,
cookie
for
dough.
sure.
Like I like cookie dough. If that's something I
He
enjoy.
loves pineapple sherbet.
I
too.
like cookie dough. I like
It's a solid answer.
It doesn't really matter. I'm in like whatever I'm in the mood for. I'll basically have anything but a certain flavor that I can't discuss here.
What do you mean? What flavor is that?
That shitty ass mint chocolate chip bowl.
Because mint chocolate
Whoa.
chip sucks.
Whoa! Those are fighting words.
Kind of agree.
Wait. H-Rex,
you.
what's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Mint chocolate chip.
If I wanted to do that, I would just take my
or-
toothpaste and go.
Or more recently,
Or
mint
eat some
chocolate
Andes
chip
out of my
cookie dough.
grandmother's bowl thing.
Cookie dough is good, yeah.
Mint chocolate chip cookie dough sounds pretty good, actually.
H-Rex,
Yeah.
you're basically my wife. Those are literally my wife's two favorite ice creams.
Go, H-Rex. Are you guys sure you're not married?
Well,
I mean, we could be. I mean, I got the ring.
I don't.
It's in the mail.
it's in the
It's in the mail. It's in the mail.
It's on its way.
I think I'm
Return to
missing mine.
sender.
Wait, Marcus, what's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Vanilla.
Very
Solid
good.
answer.
Solid answer. Mine is complicated as always. From my favorite ice cream place up in Maine, Scoop Deck. My one of the two favorite flavors is blue. You can't see because of the light. Is blueberry crumble, which I'm trying to show the camera.
Ooh,
for
that sounds pretty good,
the
actually.
dudes.
That looks
really
delicious.
That sounds really good, not gonna lie.
And then also they have a peanut butter and jelly that you also can't see.
Peanut butter jelly time.
Jelly time. That's peanut butter
jelly
ice cream
time.
with, like,
peanut butter jelly time.
Strawberry swirls. That's outrageous.
Oh,
There
I
it
started
goes.
to take my. Oh, I'm sorry.
Peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly. But anyways, those are great. The wrong flavor, by the way, that would have classified you as a sociopath is pistachio.
Well, it's because people who eat pistachio are assholes.
Right. Well, okay. And you know what? I can even understand if you like pistachio ice cream, but out of all the ice cream flavors that exist in the wide world of ice cream, you pick pistachio as your number one. Something is wrong in your brain.
Yeah, I'm just saying. The first time I ever went to Cold Stone Creamery, by the way, the first ice cream I ever made was French vanilla with Reese's cups, gummy bears, and fucking rainbow sprinkles, and that shit is delicious.
That sounds great.
Man.
That sounds
yeah,
great.
Good times.
A lot of textures in there, but I can.
I can't do gummy bears in ice cream,
Dude,
they get
I
frozen.
thought I couldn't either. When I said it to her, I'm like, that left my mouth, and I don't know if I like that. But we're going to try it.
I find the ice cream. Oh, this is going to be a that's what she said. But I find the gummy bears get hard when they put them in the ice cream. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like you're trying to.
I
chew-
get
like
soft
it.
when I get cold.
Yeah.
But then
Same.
they get
Gummy
like,
bears.
soft.
Marcus, yours is
then
already
they get
an
soft
innie.
in your mouth, Nick.
All right. Then they. I guess that means I'm doing it wrong. But anyways, gentlemen, before we get to the end of the podcast, where can people find you?
So twitch.tv/Kymeri, Kymeri.
Excellent.
I don't stream right now,
Okay.
but twitch.tv/it's_Rabes, Rabes, and then also on Twitter, twitter.com/itsRabesTTV.
Or just find them in the Nerds Community Discord.
Exactly. All right.
It's time.
It's time for working class questions.
I'll go first.
Let's go.
Gonzo Will, question for the podcast. In your opinion, who is the greatest drummer of all time?
I can go first. I don't have
Sure.
a lot of great.
I don't
drummer-
really know if I can even answer this.
Right, I have an answer.
I have an answer too.
I would
Same.
say. Well, okay. Is anyone else musically inclined? Because I'm not, so I'd rather go last. All right, Rabes, take it away, sir.
So I'm gonna say Neil Peart, straight up.
What band is he from?
Rush.
Oh, okay, good call. Yep.
Purely, oh wait, maybe it's not Rush. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. But Neil Peart is still my answer. But
Okay.
Neil Peart, just the way he drums, just the way everything he does with drums, or used to. He's passed away now, but he's just insane. His level of drumming will never be replicated. It's absolutely ridiculous on a technical level.
Yeah. I totally get it. Totally agree. Marcus, Kymeri, Atrax.
I think Joey Jordison. He died.
Slipknot.
Yeah, the Slipknot drummer was the best drummer ever. That motherfucker could play as hard as possible and stop dead and then start like instantly. Like, and I saw that dude in a concert upside down on a fucking platform slapping those drums. Unfortunately, he had some neurological disease that cost him the use of his legs and caused him unable to play the drums. And he recovered with some medical aid, but he died in his sleep on 7/26/21 at the age of 46.
Wow, that's too soon.
But that shit,
I don't really have an answer, honestly. Like, I don't know if I could even say. Like, I like music a lot, but I don't get like super invested in like the band members. I just kind of like listen to the music. I don't know.
I'm with you.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I can really.
I don't really. I only know of two that are like famously good at drumming. But Atrax, what do you think?
No one's as great as me when I'm alone in my room with a Rock Band set. I mean, just
Marcus, we're gonna get taken off of YouTube.
Get taken
Stop
down.
playing.
God, dang it, Marcus!
You have 7 seconds. I counted 7 seconds. We're good.
Oh my god,
Jesus Christ! That's why we can't have nice things.
We just saved the show again, Nick.
Yeah, no, as
always.
usual.
As always, just classic. Yeah, but yeah, no, I don't. I'm kind of with Kymeri and Nick. I don't really know who the greatest drummer of all time would be. If I said somebody, it would probably be wildly understated. But yeah, I'm insane with it with those Rock Band drums.
I would say having a minimal knowledge of these types of things, and my favorite genre of music is electronic music, so it's not my world. But I would say either John Bonham from Led Zeppelin back in the day, played the drums super crazy hard in the 70s, and just like I'm not a big music person, but I have heard people talk about John Bonham as like super prolific and like trend setting. For the
very
rest
good.
Of,
He's
for
very
the rest
good
of the genre, and then also Travis Barker from Blink-182.
Yeah.
He's also excellent. That I can speak to a little bit more. I've actually listened to that music a lot more. So Travis is always super technical. And I've watched a couple of interviews with him talking about drumming and like how like that's his whole life, which is I can appreciate. You know, it's not like he's there to party and then drum on the side. He's there to drum always. Yeah. And then I noticed like in some videos after, like you can see like the band's talking creatively, and then Travis just like in the corner getting like, I'm going to drum. I'm a robot.
Get in the zone, man.
Right.
Yeah, there you go.
Next question comes from. Is it my turn to read? I don't remember.
Just read.
Okay, it comes from Tarquin. What's a place you've always wanted to visit but have not?
Ireland.
Ireland? Great call.
I want to go to Ireland so bad, in the worst way.
It's for me, Japan, easily.
Ooh.
Easily.
I'm afraid to go to a country where I really would not know the language at all without like a translator, you know? Like Japan.
True.
But I would love to go just to experience that culture 100%.
True.
Straight up.
Atrax?
I think it would be cool to safely visit the moon. That's a place that realistically people have been and, you know, been back from. We have living proof of that. So, you know.
Yeah.
I think it would be really, really cool to go to the moon. Fly up there and bounce around for a bit and say, I walked on the moon.
Hell yeah.
You could always win every story.
Did you guys, quick sidebar, see Buzz Aldrin got married to like a 30-something-year-old lady?
No.
No.
What the fuck?
Dude, Buzz Aldrin does not give a damn.
No,
Dude.
he doesn't care.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, just kidding. She's 63? There's no way.
What?
Plastic surgery, Nick.
Baited.
Wow.
Baited.
Just got baited.
Oh,
Yeah,
I got real baited. She's 63, but he's 93. So still kudos to you.
Well, Nick
Buzz
just
Aldrin.
killed my
Viagra
erection.
runs strong.
Yes, same. I was a lot less excited about that for Buzz.
How about you guys?
Oh, for me, Marcus, you want to go first? Want me to go?
You can go.
Probably the Amalfi Coast in Italy. I've never been. I'd like to go there. I'd like to go to Greece. Also, a little easier, California or Hawaii. I just like tropical spots. Marcus's impression of me is not very good. He needs a little work. Marcus?
I have two. The first is Bora Bora. Like, I need
Where's
to go
that?
to Bora Bora. I need to be in a hut with no fucking air conditioning, just on top of crystal clear blue water. So when I jump in the water, the sharks see me as a seal, and I get to see some awesome sharks. The second place, it's a bucket list thing, and I'm fat as fuck, and everybody's going to make fun of me. I want to be in Nepal on the top of Mount Everest.
That I would love to do.
That would be cool.
That'd be dope.
That's cool.
Evidently, it's not that hard to do. Like
It is
with a
fucking
guy.
hard, Nick. Just because there's like a trail that you can climb, and like you're not like vertical climbing. That shit
Yeah.
is still hard. You can't be fucking 300 pounds smoking cigs and still be able to go up to the top of Mount Everest. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
I don't
saying?
know. I'm sure you can find a
You
Sherpa that
still-
would pull you along.
You still need oxygen tanks, and you're climbing across ladders that are, going over 300
Wait, rated for
foot
220
down.
pounds and you're 300?
Yeah, crevasses and forget it.
I love crevasses.
I love asses.
Same. But anyways,
Meanwhile, back on the ranch.
Rayu has a
Rayu.
question that Atrax is going to read because I'm not going to interrupt him.
Yeah, and you asked the last one, and it's my turn.
And I totally forgot. Sorry.
XD. No, it's okay. Well, as soon as I saw this question, I was so excited. I really wanted to ask it. Rayu, a dear friend of the show, Rayu asks specifically for Kymeri, what's it like having the best mod in the world?
Absolutely game changing. End of story. That's it. No,
Yeah.
like seriously, like between Rooney and Rayu, it's been seriously like they're the best thing I could have ever asked for. Rayu saved me countless times with just anything, and he's always there. And I know I'm proud of him for having his baby and his family, and everyone's healthy. I'm very happy about that. And he is one of the greatest people I've met on Twitch, and I'm very grateful.
Oh, yeah. And Rayu is incredibly good at Call of Duty. For the
True.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
True.
my
We
God.
played on my stream that day. That was hype.
He played with me. Was Marcus there too? Atrax? I forgot who.
I
how
don't
many of
think
us played.
Marcus was there. I think it was just us three.
Us and our lobbies went from like reasonable to like I can't get more than 2 kills. Like I was getting
Yeah.
destroyed, and you're not allowed to play destroyed. And and Rayu's like top of the leaderboard. We won. I put me on his back. It's like no problem. Get in the backpack. We're going.
The people's tank.
Yeah,
People's tank.
that was crazy. Marcus, what does Rigor Morty ask?
Rigor Morty says a bit of a random PC gaming question. Do you just use built-in Microsoft Defender or a third-party firewall antivirus? Performance varies with both. Just curious whether it's worth forking out the paid for antivirus or Windows.
No, definitely
Dude,
not.
my company literally just switched to Windows Defender permanently, and we had a third party. And they were like, nah, they're done with it because it's built into the Microsoft 365 package. So
Yeah.
forget it. Like
it's really
worth-
good, too.
Yeah, and
it's
it's
not
good.
like it used to be.
So
Yeah.
Microsoft Defender is good, but you also need like super anti-spyware and some malware bites and like
Malware
you need
bites, yeah.
You need, and I use another shady thing because sometimes I do some shady stuff on the internet. It's really
That's
good,
what that's the point I was going to make. Go
but
ahead.
what I will say is if you're going to do anything, pay for a VPN. Like that is the single most important thing you should pay for, because like if my internet might show them in fucking Bangladesh and you're not selling all your ads to all the people.
True.
Your privacy is super important. Like they know everything
Yeah.
about me and all
Anyways.
my tendencies, but still.
Yeah. What I was going to say is, I mean, not to be gross, but I just don't watch porn on my actual computer ever. Like, my
Yeah,
computer is
there you
squeaky
go.
clean. Stop watching porn on your device that you care about, and you won't get viruses unless you really click some stupid shit. But yeah, no,
I like viruses. I want to devise a virus.
I also just use Windows Defender.
Deltron 3030.
Yeah, it's gotten better for sure.
Greatest rappers ever.
I'm pretty sure my company uses Windows Defender for their default antivirus also, so it's definitely solid. Master Wabbit asks, Nintendo Direct just happened today at the time of me posting this, which was yesterday at approximately 10 p.m. Any thoughts about what was shown? I'm super hyped about the new Zelda game. I thought the new look of like seeing Ganon like a little bit more fleshed out, what the hell's happening, like you kind of get like a basis of like the beginning of the story. I thought that was awesome.
Yep, Zelda, Metroid remaster, and the GBA. And
dude, don't
stuff.
even get me fucking started on the Metroid remaster. Oh my god, I'm so fucking excited.
Yeah, it's
Metroid
like
is the worst game ever.
This guy, we're leaving. See ya. That's
okay,
it.
time out.
Marcus, I used to like you.
Marcus, you like Castlevania. They share the name for that genre. It's a Metroidvania game.
But
like
Metroid, like I don't like how you can't, like the movement is like this or like this, 45-degree angle or this. Yeah, I'm just not a big Metroid guy. I've tried to play it forever. Like I beat the original Nintendo one, but like I'm just not a Metroid guy. Castlevania is the greatest shit ever, but like Metroid is not for me. I tried the new one, and as soon as that fucking monster came in the room and just destroyed me, like I just had no interest.
I'm terrible at anything involving platforming, so I get it, but I still respect the game. But quick question, Kymeri. I did not watch the full Nintendo Direct. They did something with a GBA, like Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, so GBA and Game Boy are going to be like a service there where you just buy like the service for that, and like kind of like the SNES one, right?
Yeah, they have Super Nintendo and regular Nintendo that you can play all the games.
And they announced a few
on
games
Switch
already.
Online.
Yeah, on Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they announced a few
N64.
games, but like they haven't announced. Like, they didn't announce any of the Pokemon ones, which are just bound to happen eventually. But, like, it's crazy. It's going to be super fun to play, like, some of the old school games. Like, I get to play Kirby's Dream Land. Like, there's, like...
Yeah.
It's going to be super cool. I'm really excited for
It's
that.
basically Nintendo's Game Pass.
They're letting you play games for that. Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, like the SNES, there was a game called UN Squadron. It was a 2D side-scrolling airplane game.
Okay.
Or no, it was over the top. I can't remember now. And I loved it in like F-Zero, and because I have Nintendo Online, I get to play that once in a random while. Oh, that's awesome. The nostalgia.
Whenever the ADD kicks in, you're like, I want to do that.
Yes, exactly. And you play one fucking race, and you're like, I was awesome at this game when I was 4.
Right.
And now it's time for bed.
Kymeri, can I ask for a favor?
Sure.
Because I'm sure you're going to be a little more plugged into this than me. When Pokemon anything gets released to that system for GBA or whatever, can you please tell me? Just shoot me a
it'll
message.
happen probably this month with Pokemon Day coming soon.
Okay.
I think it's this month.
Just let me know.
I don't know why everybody calls it Pokemon. It's Pokemon.
Oh my god.
I wish it just died a little inside.
Yeah.
So Quinn asks, what's your favorite mythical creature? Bigfoot, Nessie, and the like included. I think wouldn't Pokemon also be
No, I think he
considered
means
mythical
like
creature?
Cryptozoology type of thing.
Oh, can I go?
Sasquatch.
Okay.
All right.
Sasquatch for me.
Mine's
at least.
Medusa.
Oh, Medusa's cool.
Medusa's not a cryptozoology. That's
It's a myth. It's a mythical creature.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's not how I interpreted that. But okay, I would say Chupacabra just because I like the name.
Chupacabra.
I'm going to say
Chupacabra.
the Sam Squamch from Trailer Park Boys.
Oh,
Nice.
that's a good one.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. I'm gonna go.
We're dealing with a fucking Sam Squamch.
So, great
Oh,
choice.
you did that really good.
Atrax?
I'm gonna go with dragons. At least as far as I know, they're mythical.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
that
think
works.
They were like legit. But yeah, I just giant flying things. They breathe fire. They're super cool. A lot of the best ones are green. So
Your favorite color?
yeah,
True.
sign me
Marcus?
up.
What did Rigor Morty say?
Rigor Morty asks peanut butter and jelly or peanut butter and honey. I used to have a peanut butter and bacon bits as a kid.
PB&J.
Yeah,
I'm
Jelly
PB and
is-
fluff, dog.
Well,
I'm all
fluff
about
is,
that
well.
marshmallow, dog.
That's respectable.
What are
but
those called? Fluffernutters?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fluffer
they're
nutters,
they're
yeah.
delicious.
You bet your nutters on that.
Go to bed.
All right, Triple P.
Wow.
Triple P. Oh, that's going to be the intro. You bet your nutters on that. Anyways.
That's a soundbite.
So I'm going to
So-
go in. Yeah, we're totally going to clip that sound and make it for the show.
All right. So we asked Uncrustables or you make your own PB&J sandwich. I like to make my own PB&J because I put an excessive amount of peanut butter on there.
But I'm sorry, this is
I do
why
love
I'm old.
Uncrustables also.
I don't even know what an Uncrustable is.
You
I
don't even
didn't
get
have
those
my
for your
first
kids.
Uncrustable till I was 30.
You're
Uncrustables
depriving your children of Uncrustables?
The
I don't
only
even know what it is.
Uncrustable I will
Freeze them.
buy, the only yes, you Atrax, yes.
Yeah.
The only ones I will buy is the hazelnut ones because they are fire,
And you
that is just
eat them frozen.
Wait, what the fuck
Frozen.
is it?
It's
It's
like
just
a
a
peanut
sandwich
butter
that
and
goes-
jelly
It's a
sandwich
PB&J without crust, hence the name.
And they,
Uncrustable.
they come frozen in like 10 packs.
Thank
I've
you.
never even
And-
heard of this.
and
Oh,
then
they're
so
so
good.
good. They make
They're
cheese
like a hockey
ones
puck.
too that are bleh.
I will say, when you heat those
Chocolate
up in the micro-
flavored hazelnut spread sandwich.
Oh, that's essentially not Nutella, but Nutella is what they're saying.
So while Marcus opens his mind to Uncrustables, my favorite type of homemade peanut butter and jelly sandwich, I make a double decker. And so what I do is I'll do like the bottom one will be peanut butter or jelly, one of the two. And then I'll take
Yep.
a piece of bread and I'll like extra toast it. And then I'll put jelly on the one side, stick it on top, put peanut butter on top of that, and then jelly on another piece of like regular bread and stick them together. So it's like this outside is soft, but then the inside has the crunchy toast.
That sounds like
And
some
it's
shit
like
I would
a-
do if I smoked too much.
Oh, it is so good with a glass of milk. It is wonderful.
I might do
I
that
used
after
to
we
make
stop
them in
recording.
high school all the time.
Damn.
Dude.
It's so good. Double
Sounds so
decker.
good.
That sounds so good.
It's
Right.
so good.
Great call. Marcus, what did Duff ask? Or are you still in Uncrustable land?
Listen.
Wait,
What is
there's
the
a
most
question from somebody.
mid-
Wait, hold on. Sorry. We have more than one. Sorry, I skipped a question. Sovi's next.
Marcus, you could have seen the list and corrected him. You had an opportunity.
What is who is your favorite Avenger from MCU first Avengers movie? Who is your favorite X-Man? If you could have one of their power sets, which would it be? Oh my god. All
This
right,
is
I'll
super
go.
easy for me.
That's so
I'll
loaded.
go first. Iron Man,
Yep.
Yep.
Cable,
Okay.
and I would want to have Mystique's power.
Oh, that's a good one.
Great
Mm.
call. Good
All right.
call.
You want to know why I'd be Mystique?
So you can play with your titties?
No, I would make myself buff. So when I look
Yeah.
at myself having sex, I would see what I look like, and I'd be like, I'm the man.
Like Christian Bale and what's
Yes.
it called?
American Psycho.
Psycho.
Yes.
Goodness.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Braves, what do you think?
So Marvel, MCU, it's always Iron Man.
Yep.
Okay.
X-Men, Wolverine,
Okay.
and
Great
then if I could have powers of any of them, it would be Wolverine. I'm very basic when it comes to like what superpowers I'd want. Like
He's a basic
as a kid,
bitch.
when they ask you, "What do you want to do? Be invisible, fly, or have super strength?" Super strength. Like I just want to be able to punch people and then fucking fly 100 feet. Like Wolverine, I just want to be able to heal and have unbreakable bones that will eventually, poison me and kill me.
Right.
Yeah. Or Logan spoilers. Or you'll kill yourself.
Right.
Kind of.
Kind of.
Yeah,
Sort of.
in
that
a
was
way.
complicated. Kymeri, Atrax, what do you think?
So my favorite MCU is Cap. I love Captain America. Love him.
I appreciate the plushies you have for all these answers.
Yeah, I got this when I went to the thing with Rooney. So then favorite X-Men. I love X-Men's my other favorite thing, and it's so hard for me to choose. But damn, I don't know. I love Colossus and Nightcrawler so much. I'll probably go with I'd probably say Colossus is my favorite. And if I had any of the powers, I mean, dude, like kind of like I don't know. That's a good question. Oh, kind of Cyclops is kind of dope though. Not gonna lie. Like, let me shoot beams from my eyes, bro. Let me go at it.
Can you imagine the let's go and the hype you could get if you were Cyclops?
Let's go! Let's go! The whole house comes down. Boom.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
Atrax, what do you think?
So I am with a lot of other people. Iron Man, Tony Stark. I'll even go to as far to say Tony Stark, not even Iron Man, but Tony Stark is my favorite Avenger because he's like super smart and kind of witty. He has that, like, I don't care, but also, hey, you want some blueberries that I just randomly pulled out of nowhere?
Blueberry?
Yeah, exactly. Blueberry. And then favorite X-Men is actually Quicksilver for me.
Okay.
Because, and it's kind of, a lot of people would be like, really, that's your reason? But in the movies, his scenes to me were the most graphically impressive, and I could watch those scenes over and over. Just how they did them and all the visual effects that it took, and watching the visual effects breakdowns and stuff like that. That is, for me, just those Quicksilver scenes were so, so cool. If I could have a power set, I'm going to go with Tony Stark's power set.
Just by being a genius?
Genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's there we
that
go.
would be my superpower set, and I'd be cool with that, Can build whatever I need to.
I already got 2 out of the 4, and I'll let you figure out which 2. But I'm just kidding. See, I got like none of those. But no, I was gonna say my favorite Avenger is Thor. I like Thor's power set a lot. I just think it's cool. The fucking god of thunder swinging hammer around. Then, no pun intended. For X-Men, my favorite X-Men character growing up was probably Wolverine, but honorable mention to I was Wolverine for Halloween one year. I like Gambit a lot too. The dude who threw cards, the Cajun guy. With, like,
Gambit's fucking awesome.
Yeah. I liked Gambit a lot too. And whose powers would I have? Would be Jean Grey. Like, she's literally a god.
Oh, jeez.
Especially when she becomes like the Phoenix.
Yeah,
it goes out of
insane.
control and kills everything. It tries to kill everybody, of course. But like, that's like you're literally a god if you have Jean Grey's powers. So
also, side note: when are we actually going to get a good X-Men movie where they don't fuck up Dark Phoenix?
Well, now they bought the rights, so we're waiting.
Yeah,
We're waiting.
It'll be either that second King movie, Secret Wars, or after that, then they'll do the X-Men stuff. That'll bring the X-Men in, and then they'll do X-Men movies. But
Duft asks, what's the most mid game you've ever played?
Mid. It's hard to remember mid games.
What the fuck is a mid game?
It's
a mid
bad.
game's
trashy.
bad.
Like,
Trash.
mid is another word for like bad.
I thought mid
Leisure
was
Suit
like
Larry.
Like
I
Marcus
thought mid was just like like it's just
Well, mid is
terrible,
something
but
that's
it's not great.
good.
Marcus,
but it's not bad.
remember weed? You'd buy the mids.
Yes.
No.
Oh my god,
That's where it comes from.
dude, I don't even know. Like,
That's the linguistic origin of mid.
Oh, I would say
you
okay.
got your
so
mids,
my-
you got your higher end. You got like the
Leisure
regular
Suit
shit.
Larry was
Okay.
my get mid game.
I don't even remember.
I've got mine, and
Go ahead,
it might upset some in the community. Sorry.
I know what you're gonna say.
At the yeah.
I think I know what he's going to say.
All right. The most mid game I've ever played is
Wait, hold on.
All right. Is Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Oh,
And here's why. Here's why. Because when I played it, the graphics for the time, which was like 2020, were not good. And so the story and like the gameplay and everything was great, but I could not get into it like because of the graphics. But I mean, way more fun than Destiny. So, it's got that going on.
That's what I thought you were gonna say. Is
Yeah.
Marcus?
No,
enough with
Destiny-
the
that's
cricket.
my answer. What are you talking about?
Destiny would be like, what's the most trash game you've played?
Got him.
As someone who likes Destiny, Agreed.
See? There you
Fan
go.
on the hammer.
Shots fired. But yeah,
I don't have a good answer. I don't think.
I
You know
have
what?
a good
I might say Star Wars: Old Republic 2 because I really got a lot of frustration out of their move, like how fucking long it takes to get everywhere, which is just a time sink. I know because it's an MMO, but that's not really their fault. I just don't like MMOs because of that. But what were you gonna say,
Rabes.
Rabes? I think?
I am going to say The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim.
Whoa!
Yes.
What
That game
an
sucks.
overrated
Fighting
piece
words.
of garbage. I don't like it.
I remember being really, really upset with how hyped people were when Skyrim came out. I was like, look, it's good, but it's really not that good. Stop it.
It is an ocean-wide puddle.
So it's a lot of shallow. Is that what you're saying?
Oh yeah, it is. It is as low tier development as you could have gotten at Bethesda. It is.
I used to be a gamer like you till I took an arrow.
To the knee. It's a lot of shallow. That's
All right.
fair to
Well, when
say.
you get that ring in the mail, can you mail it back?
I already said RTS, man. Come on.
Kymeri, did you have a game?
I don't really have a game that I could definitely say. I just like to make Marcus riled up by saying Destiny, but like,
Of course.
it's I don't know. I don't really have a game that I'd have to think about it like longer. I could not just come up with it off the top of my head.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Doritos has some good questions.
Doritos asks, where's the best place to get a pineapple? You want to go
Nowhere.
to twitch.tv/MarcusB814, click on the merch store, and buy yourself a pineapple hat.
If you need to, you can go to the chat, ! Merch. Should give you the link any time of day.
Exactly. What is the best, also from Doritos, what is the best trainer card to have in a Pokemon deck and why?
I feel like this is directed at me. I don't
Definitely.
play the TCG, but I do know like Switch, anything Switch or like with the Pokeballs, like being able to like pull Pokemon off of your main party and switch out to your bench is like just super strong in any where you don't have to use the retreat cost of the card.
Yeah.
Any of those types of cards are just like always going to be top tier, and they've been in the game since the beginning base set with Switch. But they just added new Pokeballs eventually. Like they were like,
Right.
oh, like well, here's a different one that does different things, and any of those kind of cards are pretty sick.
And now, my favorite question, honestly, from Doritos. What is your favorite side dish with steak?
Roasted Brussels sprouts.
Mash and corn.
Mashed potatoes is what I was going to say.
I could slap that right now. Give me
I'm
that.
gonna
I
say
will clarify garlic mashed potatoes.
Dude, what the fuck? I was literally just about to say garlic mashed potatoes.
Sorry, Raves. Yeah.
I'm gonna
Matrix?
go with either nice pan-seared scallops or a lobster tail.
Ooh.
I want to change my answer. I also like blackened scallops. On
That's
like
okay.
a
I'll
cast
keep the
iron
mashed
pan.
potatoes for myself.
I also I want. I
Yeah.
mean, I would like all three things, frankly. But if I'm putting it in a hierarchy, some blackened
Right.
scallops with Cajun is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Doritos has a question that I need to read. So for Nick to read, it says, "Most what your movie of anticipated summer the."
Oh, I get it. He's doing a Marcus impression.
No, he was doing Yoda.
No, he's just he knows I'll read it exactly how it is, and he screwed up this word order because I'm Ron Burgundy. So, what's your most anticipated movie of the summer? Is what he's trying to ask. But he did it funny because I read everything exactly how it's written down.
I don't have
True.
anything that I'm excited for.
I don't even know. I'd have to look. Like,
Yeah,
Dude, we're seeing a movie next week.
that's not summer though,
Yeah,
All
but
right,
that's not
all right.
summer.
bro.
All right.
It's literally February.
When I met you in
Ooh,
the
hey,
summer.
everybody, it's summer next week.
It's virtual summer. I'm going to Florida in a month. So,
Peace.
all right. Question for Kymeri from I'm not sure who. I think maybe Doritos. Why are you such a troll?
No, that's probably from Marcus. And why are you guys such trolls? Do you guys see the TTS when all three of you come into my chat? It's just that's all it is. And then like KY, like, you know, like what the hell, man? Like,
I forgot about the KY. Oh my god.
oh god, yeah, the memes have just evolved. I mean, you guys just get what you deserve back. I'm just saying.
It's the
Just
best.
saying.
I guess
Yeah.
so.
We have a question for Rabes. If you had $1 million tax free and could buy 3 things, what would it be? Ooh. Take your time, Rabes.
So it's actually not that hard for me. So I would buy my parents' house so they didn't have a mortgage payment anymore. I would buy a new house for me and my wife. See, now the third thing. What's the third thing I would buy?
He's trying to think of the third thing.
I guess whatever I have left, I'm spending on Dr. Pepper.
Oh, that's great.
Let's go. Great
There we
answer.
go.
That's a
Nice
good
job.
one.
Let's go.
I'll pay off the parents' house, buy a new house for me, and load that bitch up with Dr.
Pepper. Let's go. Sword Thief asks, have any of you tried any meal delivery kits and why? If so, which one did you use and what did you like or dislike about it? Marcus, you did something like that for a while,
Yes.
right?
So I've done HelloFresh and Blue Apron.
Yeah.
And HelloFresh is better than Blue Apron. I feel like you got more of a variety. Blue Apron was really rich in flavor, but it ended up being like a lot of pasta dishes.
Yeah.
And if I'm paying for meals, like I don't always want a pasta dish. Like once a week, a pasta dish, cool. But like I don't need a pasta dish every night. But HelloFresh is pretty legit. Like if you're like Rabes and his wife, like just him and them two, what's awesome about it is you can cook something fucking sweet 2 or 3 days a week and there's no leftovers and you're full because it's like quality food.
Yeah.
And it's cheap as fuck. Like, yeah, sure. A couple $100, $100 a week is a lot of money, but you're spending that anyways at the grocery store and you have 3 complete meals with shit that you're not going to eat at home.
Right.
It's pretty good.
That's
but now,
fair.
I loved it, but with kids, like it's not, the value of it isn't there for me right now because my kids are little and my kids want to eat mac and cheese, chicken nuggets, steak, and carrots.
And
Pretty
pizza.
much, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
See,
yeah.
that's the diet I'm on as well.
I mean,
Sorry, go ahead.
oh, I was gonna say I haven't tried one yet, but I know that's a talk of it's good for when you don't have kids. Like that's kind of what I was gonna allude to. Is I think like you said with like Rabes and stuff. I think that'd be good if you're like in a relationship. I think they're actually pretty solid if it's just you two. But if it's like kids, it's a little bit more difficult because kids can be very picky on what they eat anyway. And if the meal has like Brussels sprouts or broccoli and they don't like broccoli, you're like, well, what am I gonna do? Like,
Well,
You're going to
When
put it
we
in a
first
slingshot
did-
and you're shoot it at him.
we when we did Blue Apron, we didn't have kids. It was actually a lot of fun because like we would cook together, we would cook it together, hang out, have a drink, and like it was almost like a mini date night a couple nights a week. You know what I mean?
I will say, yeah, the girl I was dating in this past fall got, I think it was HelloFresh, and we did that. She'd bring the shit over and cook together, and it was pretty cool. So the meal kits can
That
be
was
pretty
like
sweet.
70 women ago.
yeah.
You're giving me way too much credit.
All right, I'm gonna ask the last one because this is 100% directed at me.
Yep.
Quinn asks, "Why do you call it supper when it's obviously dinner?" And I'm gonna say because that's how I was raised. It was always supper time.
It's supper
Like-
time. Supper time.
What do you want
It's
for
always-
supper?
Yeah, like what do you want for supper? Like it was never. What do you want for dinner? It was never that in my house growing up.
Yeah,
It
you know
was
what's
always
weird?
supper.
It was always supper when I was little, and then like I don't know, it slowly changed to be dinner. Like my parents never say supper anymore; it's always dinner. But when I was a kid, it was supper exclusively. So
Maybe
Yep.
it's a little kid thing.
I guess
I'm
Anybody?
basically a 5-year-old, so
I'm
a 5-year-old
yeah,
in a
I say
31-year-old's
dinner,
body.
too.
I'm like a 9-year-old in a 40-year-old body.
I think we already knew that, Marcus.
Wait, no.
We should have ended the show
Wait,
right
wait.
there.
I
Wait,
know, but the
Wait.
sound wasn't as good. Go ahead.
Wait,
That's true.
Yeah.
when do you really start popping boners?
What are you guys talking about in here?
Find out next episode of Working Class Nerds.